We're at John Taylor Field on the campus of Lakeland University, where today, this afternoon, Lakeland hosts Benedictine University from Lisle, Illinois, in a conference game, the Northern Athletics Collegiate Conference, and it's homecoming 2017. Chris, one of the things we talk about each homecoming game we do is I say, well, how is this going to impact the players? It hasn't impacted Lakeland too much. They've been very good on homecoming. They have a superb 56-21-3 all-time record on homecoming games. They defeated Concordia last year on a muddy field. We remember that one. But your thoughts about today's game?
Well, second week in a row we're out at Lakeland, and last week I said it's going to be a shootout. So today I'm saying shootout number 2. Both teams seem to have a lot of offense. I believe Benedictine's about 450, and statistically Lakeland College is ranked in the top 5 as well in offense, statistically averaging about 550, and we got to witness that last week where we saw a school record performance by Michael Whitley, their quarterback, who we witnessed 7 touchdown passes, I believe, Marty?
Yeah, it's exactly what it was, 7, and set a school record, and I believe it tied a NCAA record. Both teams come in 3-2 overall. Benedictine is 2-0 in conference, Lakeland 1-0. So in a sense, this is a battle for first place.
Yeah, it is, and looking at their schedules and things, both teams have played ranked teams. Took some defeats with that, but overall, it's been pretty good with that and
my bad
things. And both teams trying to get that automatic bid for the Northern Athletics Collegiate Conference. The team that does win the conference gets to go to the Division III championship. Or, excuse me, championship bracket, I should say, not the championship game.
One thing you mentioned about Michael Whitley and his record-setting performance last week, he's hitting 160 passes out of 237 attempts. He's only got 1 interception, Chris. I mean, you just don't hear that.
Yeah, that is quite good, 20-to-1 ratio. And last week we saw Adrian come in here who pretty much wanted to pound the ball, and we saw that it was almost half the amount of passes. Well, look at the Benedictine's quarterback. He's thrown 211 around the block, too. So both these teams put it up. We'll see what happens with the weather, though. We'll talk about that in a minute, Marty.
Right. We're going to stop talking as the national anthem is going to be played at this time.
NCAA playoff qualifier. He earned a bachelor's degree in criminal justice and was married and living in Sheboygan. He was a man of faith who took great pride in being a Lakeland Muskie. Please pause for a moment of silence in memory of Jared Martin. Thank you. Please remain standing for the playing of our national anthem performed by the Lakeland Pep Band.
Good job by the Lakeland Pep Band with our national anthem. Chris, you've heard that saying where they, if you're going to die, you should die when the money runs out. It's a good thing this is the end of the football season because all of my money ran out with the purchasing of your soda today.
You know, the only time I think this year I wanted to buy sodas, it was here in Lakeland a few weeks ago when the concession stand was closed.
You were, yeah, the one time you was going to buy, concession stand is closed.
Yeah, and so you had a perfect record.
The Eagles, that's Benedictine University, they've won 3 of their last 4 games, Chris. They're on a bit of a hot streak. But my question to you is, Eldrada Meeks is a leading ground gamer for Lakeland. Is his services going to be needed more today because of the rain?
I absolutely think so, and I think they tried to establish the run last week too, Marty, but as the game progressed, and it turned out to be a shootout, as most offensive coordinators always have plans coming in the first quarter. Oh, we're going to establish that run game, but I think then the pass game went. But I think in this case, I kind of agree with you. I think that because of the weather, maybe the run game will take more effect here. And, you know, Michael Whitley, too, he likes to run the ball a little bit, and he, too, did not really run as much last week as previous.
Yeah, one of the guys in the booth said, you know, made a comment about Whitley and his scrambling ability, but we didn't see much of that. I was looking at the Lakeland stats. They've run the ball 166 times. They've passed the ball 240, so they're only running at about a 30 to 40% clip, somewhere in that neighborhood.
Yeah, and Benedictine comes in, they've only run it about 180 times, so it's not much better, but we'll see if the weather changes. It's, you know, one good thing, as we said, I was mentioning to some of the people here that we've done 2 Lakeland games last year, and we did 2 games this year. And last year, we had a wet one that destroyed the field, and last week it rained. Now it rained again. So I think the booth is telling us not to come around very much.
Yeah, exactly. They'll be happy when basketball starts, and they don't mind us coming because we haven't hit any snowstorms out here.
Well, and like other things too, our high school season that starts so early in August, they're coming up to the conclusion, and tomorrow the pairings will come out. You know, if you forget that, you know, Lakeland is a college team, and they're going to be playing well into November, just basically a lot like Division 1 plays. But what's interesting in Division 3 is it's a playoff format, not like the Division 1 programs where basically it's now just 4 teams. You know, they open it up where they have levels of play, and I think it's 32 they take. I think it's
really?
32. And so
I was going to say, though, there's a great disparity. Like, you could take first place in this conference and wind up having to play a team that's in the State University Conference.
They'll end up playing Oshkosh, probably.
And those teams are, you know, considerable. I mean, Lakeland's got a good team, and whoever plays them is going to have trouble handling Whitley. But Oshkosh and those types of schools are really, really good, and it's hard for teams at this level to compete.
Yeah, and I mentioned it last week that Lakeland did have to play Whitewater in that first round last year, and they played them extremely well. So on any given Saturday, you never know.
I mentioned at the beginning we're at John Taylor Field today. Lakeland rededicated Taylor Field in memory of John Taylor. Taylor was a Lakeland college student and football player from Illinois who as a sophomore passed away at the age of 19, making a tackle in a scrimmage here, and so they named the field after him. They're rededicating it again here today. So,
and homecoming 217 is off. Oh, jeez!
Just missed the sideline, trying to go wide, and is getting tackled inside the 15-yard line. Was Juwan Nelson. How did he not step on the line?
I thought he was out of bounds there myself, and it's going to be a wet one for our camera guys and girls, and we appreciate them being out here this week.
Richard Bartson is up on top, running camera 1. Sarah Balzer is on the field, running the field camera number 2. Our director today is Scott Maloff. He always does a great job with the replays. Jason Lee, Haley Kerber, and Nicole Warner are our student helpers, all from South High School. Chris Wright is the color, and I'm Mike Martin doing the play-by-play. Fake the jet sweep. Quarterback Sample runs it up the middle.
Well, we mentioned they don't run the ball very much, and neither is Ryan Sample. He's got about 46 carries for only 115 yards, so a little.
He's a senior. All right, second down and about 6. Jet faked the jet sweep, and Sample tackled in the backfield. Making the stop that time for Lakeland was Ivan Martinez. Mario Rafe, pardon me. And we had a lot of wide receivers, 3 of them out to the left. Sample back, looking. He's going to scramble, avoids one tackler, but no, he gets tripped up. Making that stop for Lakeland was McNeeman Vincent. Dropping back deep to receive this punt is Alante Gardner.
Last year was a 3-point win at Benedictine, and
Desmond Eddy and Whitley are right down below us, warming up a little bit for when they come in, see action. High snap, good.
wow.
And it's blocked into the end zone. Lakeland recovers, touchdown. I'm not sure who got the ball at the end there. It might have been Jerry Stokes, number 32.
I think it was 30, Marty. Frank Veal, the third. And the block, no, excuse me. Dante Moses, I believe, got the ball. And Mario Rafe, I believe, is the man who blocked it there.
Okay. All right. Quick score for Lakeland. That was me. I thought I could tip it, but it's not going to work that way.
And just like that, we have an injured Lakeland player down.
Oh, boy. I wonder if that player got injured celebrating as he came off the field.
So
it started off as a very high snap. The punter actually made a great play to bat it down to himself, and just they were in on him, and he had the punt blocked.
Yeah, very athletic move there by Grant Claver, the punter, but he could not get it off, and just like that.
I mentioned this is our last game of the season for WSCS. We will be starting basketball at some point in November. Chris and I plan to get together and work out a schedule for Scott to look over.
Yeah, we got to meet this week. I looked at some situations or some games already, Marty.
Yeah.
It's fun doing that. You must have a good time doing that.
With a win today, we would finish the season, Chris, 4-5. Not what we were hoping for, but better than other years.
We wouldn't make the WIA.
No, we wouldn't make the playoffs. You know, we could be 9-0 and we might not make the playoffs.
Well, the injured Lakeland player, did you mention him already?
No.
Sam Anderson, sophomore D lineman from Plainfield, Illinois. Hobbling off a little bit. 260, 6 feet tall.
Lakeland getting ready to do the extra point. And they always start off with their line off to the left, and then they trot over and line up like a team normally does for an extra point.
Yeah, they missed one a week ago, Marty.
You're right,
have
they
that
did.
happen this week.
That kick is up and good, and with 13:08 left in the first quarter, Lakeland on top, 7-0.
Give me a spot. You know my motto, safety first.
They could be dangerous. I think we should call animal control.
Animal control?
To be safe.
Don't worry.
Just...
I got this. It's a new motto.
You don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. There are thousands of teens in foster care who don't need perfection.
Mr. Wright trying to get his headset on. He picked it up and it fell apart. I said he broke it.
It wasn't like that when we left it last Saturday.
No, and when I packed it away, everything seemed to be just fine.
We had a busy day already, Marty. I went and saw the 8th grade North-South game.
Oh,
Yeah.
sweet.
Yep.
So the junior highs, right?
Yep, the Don Cullith and his program.
Okay.
And little bad news about things, Marty. Sheboygan North has about 20 kids and Sheboygan South 14.
Oh, that's not enough.
So, and I'll mention some other things about the results in a minute.
Alrighty. I can't wait. Kick is off to the sideline. It goes out of bounds. That'll be a penalty on Lakeland.
It's a mistake there.
Yeah.
I watched them play. I have 4 of my students playing for the North team, who, like I said, had 20 kids. The Sheboygan North varsity did not win a game this year. Neither did JVs or the freshmen.
Oof.
And I heard the South JVs are about 500, and the South freshmen were
I heard they were real good.
5 and 3 or
Okay.
6, something like that. And so today, went to see North program, see if they could win their first game, and the Southsiders took it to them 8-6.
Oh.
But
So they went 2017 without a win. Football.
8, 9 JV and varsity.
Yeah, that's well.
It was a good, hard-fought game. Both North and South side played very hard.
Sample rolling right, throws on the run, and winds up throwing it away. Heavy pressure.
The South kids had the ball, I believe, at about the 35-yard line with about 2:40 left, 4th and 1, and they got it to kind of clinch the game for the Red Wing
good for them.
gentlemen. I will say this, those boys are a lot littler than the varsity boys and these guys.
No kidding. You're only 8th. Now, do they include 7th graders on that
there's
team?
a 7th grade team and a 6th grade
Okay.
on both sides of town, too.
All right. And that's part of the youth football program, really. It's not part of the middle school sports, because I don't think football is supported by that.
Yep. They have some cheerleaders, too.
I talked to Joe Sheehan the other day, and because he had mentioned it was part of a grant that they received to sponsor middle school sports, which is great. It covers this year and next year. And my question, of course, is what happens after 2 years?
Yep.
And he said it all depends on participation. If they get a good turnout by the children at the middle school level for those programs, they will find funds and continue the program. So
And
hopefully that'll be the case.
I think for Sheboygan, you know, building there and school spirit and kind of stuff is kind of the, you got to start from the bottom up, I always say. And
Yeah,
I
you're
always
exactly
wondered
right.
what, like, places like Oostburg, they seem to always have really good boys and girls basketball programs, and their schools seem to be very athletic, and they're a smaller community, but why?
Yeah.
And I do believe it's school spirit and the way the gym teachers teach and things like that. So time out there by Benedictine. So
Yeah, it's 2nd down and 10. That first pass play by Benedictine was incomplete. Another high snap, fake handoff, and then Sample trips up, or is tripped up in the backfield and goes down for a loss. Talking about that middle school sports program, Chris, you're going to see it, a high snap. I don't know if it was supposed to be a handoff or not, but anyway, it is a loss at 2. They sponsor volleyball, basketball, cross country. I know I'm not going to name them all.
track, I think.
Track,
Maybe wrestling.
wrestling, I think, was one. And it's a pretty good variety of activities for the kids. Pass over the middle is tipped away, incomplete. Nice defensive play that time by Lakeland's Eddie Strickland.
Yep. Just a little slant pattern. I don't think even if he had caught the ball because Strickland was right there that he would have probably made the tackle, but 2 strong defensive stands for Lakeland. We mentioned that provides a lot of offense, but they give up a lot too with 430 yards per game, but a good stop back-to-back for the Fish.
All right. The Eagles attempting a punt. That snap a lot better than the first, and good kick Great bounce. Gardner picks it up at the 16, trying to get the corner, and takes it out of bounds at about the 25. Good speed shown by Alante Gardner. Here you're going to see it. Just got around that guy, but didn't have any sideline left and had to go right out of bounds.
If I was the Eagles right now, I would not be happy. 2:50 into the game. We've had a blocked punt and another punt. We've got nothing done, and the Fish have the ball again. This time, though, for the first time on offense.
Eldrada Meeks in the backfield alongside Whitley. He's number 15. Fake handoff, quick pitch out to the side, and Gardner taking that pass and running it up the sideline. Gardner picks up about 13. It's going to be a first down.
I always like starting off your passing game with a nice short little safe pass, and that was one there. Whitley with a nice pass and catch and positive yards for a first down.
Desmond Morris, number 11 at the bottom of your screen. Little quick out, and he makes the catch, and he's down at about the 43-yard line. 5-yard pickup. Meek still in the backfield with Michael Whitley. Whitley 2 for 2 so far, a couple of short ones. It's a handoff. No, he fakes it, and he gets knocked down at the 40, a loss of 3. Nice play that time by Benedictine's Austin Nerva. You know, we've watched a lot of football over the course of this season, and some teams, once they're dealing with longer than 10 yards, have really struggled with getting first downs. That's not going to be the case here today for Lakeland. Oh, Whitley sacked. Coming out of nowhere to make the big hit was Bryant Nolan.
He's listed at 6'1", 230. He looks about 6'2", about 275. He just, wow, and good speed too, Marty.
He was slowed up, and then when Whitley did this, you know, the second kind of a drop back, and he was just off his man and obviously made the sack. Fourth down and about 17. Way over the head of the Lakeland punter. He gathers it in. Let's see what he does with it. Looks like he's going to try and run. He will not get the first down. He's pushed out of bounds inside the 30.
Now that time, he had time to punt here, Marty. He could have punted right here. He actually turned the wrong way. Not.
I think part of your practice as a punter is to kick it on the run. You know what I'm saying? Because he definitely had time. He could have punted that ball once he gathered it in. Sample in the shotgun. They got a man in motion. Fake handoff. Pass over the middle to the receiver is complete. Touchdown.
Oh, and a big target, Marty. 6'2", junior Brandon Moore on the touchdown, and he just split between the safety and the corner there and scored. So off the bad snap, Benedictine strikes quickly.
Yeah, it was a beautiful play. Post pattern and Moore a big target like you mentioned. Oh, they look at Benedictine set up, Chris, for the extra point. They got him coming from both sides. Looks like they're going to go for 2. Unless he's going to drop kick it. And they got a backside pass, and it's good for the extra point. It looked like it was Moore also, and we have a penalty flag down late.
Grant Claver, the punter slash holder there, got up and taunted after he threw the pass.
Really? That's not being a good sport.
He is the third string quarterback and punter and holder. But that young man is going to cost you 15 yards.
Coach isn't going to be very happy about that either. With 10:01 remaining in the first quarter, Benedictine up 8-7, Chris.
I love those backdoor passes and
get everybody going one way
and kind of sling your tight end from the opposite side. You know, first he's on the left side, ends up, you know, just drags across the middle and over and kind of disappears and ends up on the right side for a two-pointer there, or touchdowns, or anytime you do that.
He was so wide open it didn't have to be a perfect pass either, just get it to him.
Well, 3 big plays there by Benedictine. First you get the sack, then you get the
touchdown pass.
The misplay on the punt, and then you get the touchdown pass. And then they put the little cherry on the top, and the bonus, they got the two-pointer.
Getting late in the season, Chris, you can pull out some of those trick plays. No sense in sitting on them. Desmond Eddy, number 1, is the middle return man. He's deep, stationed at about the 20-yard line. Hank Pinmental gonna kick it off. Has a conference, first place in conference bearings this ball game. Eddie lets it bounce, picks it up at the 25. There's a block in the back. Let's see if they call that. Yes, they are. So Eddie knocked out of bounds at the 48, but we've got a flag at the 31 where a block in the back occurred. Lakeland will be starting deep again.
It's a little too late on the replay there, but you may fool the officials, but you're not going to fool us, because we both saw that one. So basically the unsportsmanlike penalty against Benedictine just gets turned over by a
if you want it closed, we can close it.
Pass the other way, or a penalty going the other way here.
Ball spotted at the 20. Could be worse, I guess. Well, now we'll short the TV out.
Yeah.
All right, we got wide receivers stacked here on the bottom. Meeks in the backfield with Whitley. Quick out, good block by the other wide receiver, but great fill that time by the defense to stop it.
I don't think that's going to work. I think we're going to end up with power issues.
Your power or the TV's?
I tried to open the window to...
yeah, get a little better view. A lot of rain on the window. A lot of drip drops. Whitley back. Quick out again. Catch is made. Wide receiver avoids one tackler. That was Desmond Morris. They're calling it Gardner, number 12.
I thought it was Morris as well.
Yeah.
I think you were right, Marty.
Morris will let them know. Those stats will be updated by the end of the week before the next game. It's going to be 3rd down and about 5. Whitley on a comeback. He's got his wide receiver. And knocked out of bounds over the 30-yard line was Desmond Morris.
Yeah, they're going to give him a 31 and a first down, Marty. And what I thought was not going to get a first down, a missed tackle by the Eagles helps out the Muskies, and a big first down. I don't think we wanted to give the ball right back to the Eagles with their momentum.
Well, at least try to get them pinned back. Whistles before the snap. I think we got
Morris.
Illegal procedure on Lakeland. Morris jumped offside. Yeah, there you can see him. 3 wide receivers at the to the right of the formation. Second down, first down and 15. Hand off to Meeks. Spins off a 1 tackler and picks up a pretty good chunky yardage. Back to the original line of scrimmage. So picked up about 5. It's going to be second down.
Very nice job there by the left side of the line, Marty. They pushed and created that hole, starting at center with Jonah Carlson.
Benedictine was blitzing. Morris was pushed out of bounds. They're not going to call.
Yeah, they are.
Oh, yeah, the flag is down right at about the 50-yard line. He was definitely held up.
Twice.
You're going to see it at the bottom of your screen. There, right there. You can just see it.
It's way too far down the field there, Calvin Jordan. You can't be doing that 8, 9 yards down the field.
Harrison, one of the wide receivers off, one of the 3 wide receivers off to the left. Whitley now comes out in the slot on the right side. Morris wide of him. Whitley's pass over the middle is tipped away. Good defensive play made by Benedictine's Frankie Letzia.
There you see him basically drop back and try to hit Harrison across the middle. And the rain seems to be getting larger drops. Before it was kind of a mist. I was out, like I said, all day, but now it's turned into...
You know it's getting bad when the cheerleaders' hair are just draped down on their side. Whitley, a fake handoff to Meeks. He got the edge. He's going to slide. He's got a first down. Right at about the 48 of Benedictine. They're going to mark him down short, it looks like, Chris. Oh, that's not a good call. I thought he started his slide in time. Yeah, look at that.
That's
Come
a
on.
bad mark.
Yeah, they missed it by a full yard. It's going to be 3rd and 1.
Bad mark. And now it is where he starts his slide, but that was the wrong call there.
Meeks on the handoff has the first down, pops it to the outside, and is finally knocked down at about the 36-yard line, but a good run by Meeks.
A little bit more on the ground this drive, Marty. Good seal blocks down the way again there by that left side. Ryan from Rhinelander.
They'll draw to Meeks again. Has it. He's hit down at the 35. Picks up about 3. That's what our partner's for. Meeks on a good carry. Got it down to the 35. Pick up a 3. They told me that when you flip that little microphone thing up, it actually turns off the sound. They can't hear you then. So it's like the Harry Carey button. Flip it up.
We didn't hear you, Marty.
What?
Don't say Harry Carey and Goofy Cubs.
Oh, Morris wide open. Oh, what a block. And he gets knocked out of bounds right at about the 20. Making that great block was Des Eddy.
See, that's the kind of things. There's no statistics for that. But that's how you win team football games. Boom!
Ball is actually spotted on the 21.
Spreading them out, Marty.
Yeah, they certainly are. Good blocking up front. Pass over the middle is incomplete. All a little high, and I'll tell you, the guy that's getting kind of close to another unsportsmanlike conduct penalty is Calvin Jordan. He knocked that ball away, and then he's in his face.
Yep, he was in his face. They called one on the other end for that. You're right. He's the same one who had the pass interference penalty not too long ago.
Second down and 10. Fake handoff to Meeks. Whitley rushed hard. He gets it up forward and hits his wide receiver. That was Harrison on the catch.
I wasn't exactly sure about that, Marty. You had linemen downfield like they're trying to set up some type of screen. And then all
third down and 1.
It looked like a passing play.
Jack Merrill.
I'm sorry, Marty.
Dustin Peterson in the line for Lakeland. I'm sorry, go ahead, Chris.
I was just going to say, I read my keys, and my keys were they were going to run or set up a screen.
Handoff to the running back. That time it was Des Eddy in the backfield instead of Meeks, and he takes it in from 12 yards out. Touchdown, Lakeland.
Well, it was the Des Eddy show last week. It's the Des Eddy week.
There you see it. Takes it. What a hole. Holy cow. I could have ran through that. Attempt for the extra point. Lakeland on top now, 13-8. And they do pass it for the 2-point conversion, and they get it. Whatever you can do, we can do better. Bruce Kenzie on the catch. All righty.
Peyton Peterson on the throw. That was Des Eddy's third touchdown on the ground. Marty's got 5 through the air. Very multi-purpose athlete.
Was it Prunick, number 89 on the catch?
I believe so.
Mason Prunick out of
South.
Sheboygan South. Good to see Mason.
I was surprised to see he was going to be a wide receiver because he was such a good linebacker.
Oh, he's very quick, and he liked to hit people.
I noticed that last week when I noticed he was a wide receiver, and he was a good one in high school.
Yeah, we always like to see those kids that we've seen through our announcing be a success at the next level. Mason Prunick also on the kickoff team. He's down here at the bottom of your screen, number 89 to the far right. Kick is drives the return man back to the 8-yard line. There's an opening in the middle.
But Prunick's going to make the play.
Oh, Mason right there, part of it. And a late flag comes in. I wonder what that's all about. Let's see if you can see it here. Okay. Pretty good blocking up front.
Watch 89, Prunick.
There he is. Yeah, I don't think we're going to see where the penalty occurred. There's our official who will let us know.
Personal foul.
So
Josh Williams was the running return man on that kickoff.
both teams not playing very nice within the first 10 minutes, picking up personal foul.
No. And they're Christian kind of schools, too. Come on, get in the spirit of it. A lot of guys in the backfield, Chris. Full house with the Sample in the shotgun. The second back through, bounces off of one tackler, runs over another Lakeland tackler, and then is finally pushed back. Yeah, it looks like they're going to speed up the pace of the game. It's about a 7-yard run.
420 and
Jockums, I
counting.
think, was on that carry. Sample back, looking, going deep. Back shoulder throw, and the ball is knocked away. Good defensive play that time by Lakeland's Omen Smothers.
Yeah, and he did a nice job there, Marty, by first defending it and then finishing it because the ball was up in the air. Once the ball was tipped, just get rid of that receiver so he doesn't have a chance to catch any ricochets or anything. Nice job by a freshman.
Matt Fleming, the receiver on that play where it was tipped away, is now on the right side of the formation. Down here at the bottom is, well, Sample throw on the run. He's got his man. Nice play. First down for the Eagles at about the 36.
Matt Fleming on the catch, I believe, number 2.
Yep.
16th catch on the season for Fleming.
Jonathan Haggerty is the wideout on the left side. Handoff, fake handoff. Sample keeps it, and he picks up a good chunky yardage there, Chris. All the way up to the 43-yard line.
Dante Moses on the tackle, leading tackler for them. Comes into the game with 42 tackles. He's already got a touchdown today on the blocked punt.
Handoff to Miles, fake handoff to Miles. Sample up the middle, and he's got the first down, and he's in Lakeland territory.
I thought they had success either way. They could have run that sweep this way or
Right,
kept the
yeah,
keeper.
you're right, exactly.
Both plans that time was going to work for the Eagles.
Lakeland having trouble with the Benedictine running game right now.
Which they don't do very often.
A deep back on the carry that time was Grant Juckums. Oh, they call it Josh Williams. Josh Williams, number 21 on the carry.
No.
I thought it was Juckums, 27. He was the deep back in that last formation.
I agree with you.
Well, it's Sample and Juckums in the backfield. Whoa, punt, or the snap is fumbled, and he gets drilled. Sample. Making the stop was Jerry Stokes making the tough hit, and Jerry got a little shaken up on that tackle.
And
steps off.
Mario Rafe was right in there again.
You mentioned Rafe's name a few times last week. He's a high energy type player.
And number 90, junior.
Williams is a deep back in this formation. Lakeland blitzing, and they get Sample. He tries to pass it, but they're going to call him down.
Guess who? Mario Rafe.
Rafe on the sack.
Leading sack guy for them coming into the game. Got some help there from his friends. Sam Anderson, nice to see him back in the game.
Well, it started out to be a pretty good drive, Chris.
Yeah.
Benedictine running the ball well, but all of a sudden it just...
well, bad snap.
Ball was tipped, so there's going to be no penalty on hitting the punter, but he is down. He looks like he's hurt. Rafe helps him up. And walking off the field is Grant Claver, but he got hit pretty hard, Chris.
That was a good shot there by Moses.
Here you're going to see it. Boom! He went head over heels. And it was a great punt. Claver's backs Lakeland inside their own 10-yard line.
Yeah,
54 seconds left in the quarter. Well, Chris, at this pace, we should be home by 8 o'clock.
I want to be home to see at least the last quarter and a half of the Badgers.
Hand off to Meeks. He breaks it out. He's loose. Gets stopped at about the 21. He's got the first down, though.
Brought down by Martinez.
One of the reasons that a college game will take a little longer is every first down, the clock stops. And then once they get the chain set and the ball placed down, then they wind it again. Quick out to Morris. He's running straight ahead, gets it out to about the 32 or 33. Should be another first down for Lakeland.
And that should be the quarter, too.
No, it won't.
And that's good for another Muskie. First down.
Oh, no, they're right up on the line, Marty. They are going.
22 seconds left in the quarter.
Well, they have the wind. I guess that's why.
Garner on the catch. He's knocked out of bounds at the 45. That'll be another first down.
I think the Lakeland receivers, once they catch the ball, and they're pretty quick.
They are.
They really quick down the field. 8, 7, 6.
Snap off as it winds to 0. Meeks gets tackled inside Eagle territory at about the 46 or 47.
And one official down, too.
Good stop by that young man. And we're at the end of one quarter of play with Lakeland up 15-8.
T-shirts into the crowd, so stand up and let us know where you are.
Give me a spot. You know my motto, safety first.
They could be dangerous. I think we should call animal control.
Animal control.
To be safe.
Don't worry.
Just...
I got this. It's a new motto.
You don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. There are thousands of teens in foster care who don't need perfection. They need you.
When you throw away money on wasted electricity, you're throwing away everything you could have bought with it. Saving energy saves you money. Learn more at energysavers.gov.
First quarter stats, Michael Whitley's been hot, hitting on 9 of 11 passes, mostly short ones for 74 yards. Morris and Gardner are the two leading receivers with 4 each. Fake handoff to Meeks. Whitley avoids one tackler and dives forward inside the 45-yard line.
Well, they were firing Muskie T-shirts into the crowd during the...
Why didn't we have the window open?
And the girl who was firing the T-shirts just has knocked her second T-shirt over the stands.
Over the stands.
So they're hitting our truck, Marty. They're probably on
All
our
right.
roof.
Maybe our student helpers will get one. Meeks right up the middle. Good stutter step. Bounces to the outside, but he trips down inside the 35-yard line. Meeks in that first quarter had 5 carries for 41 yards.
And he keeps adding to it. He must have had a good breakfast.
He could well be on his way to a 100-yard day. It's going to be over 50 now.
Yeah, he's got a lot of energy.
Got the little shake and bake. Pass out to Harrison. He lowers his head, runs right through one tackler. He's going to go to the end zone. Touchdown, 33-yard score. I like the way he runs, Chris. He puts his head down and just ran through that first tackler. Watch this. Boom! You ain't going to stop me. Trotting on to maybe attempt the extra point is Peyton Peterson. Maybe he'll throw for it instead.
Well, that's Harrison's 5th touchdown of the season, leading receiver with 39, and tell you, they're doing everything on the ground and with short passes, and in the weather, very smart way to attack. And they are just chewing up Benedictine.
Low snap, but the placement is there, and the kick is wide left. With 14-14 left, Lakeland on top, 21-8.
That was a bad snap, Marty.
Yep. Watch this. Watch this. Oh. It gets to a point. You can tip it some, just not as much as I want to. We're back. Actually, Chris and I are back because our monitor went out again. By the way, Scott, that was all my fault. I've been trying to tip it, and each time I tip it a little too far, it goes out.
Well, Lakeland is just under pace on their offense, Marty. They had 119 yards in the first quarter.
Whoa, that's pretty good.
Averaging 550. So not quite up to pace yet, but again.
You know, the other thing, they had 9 first downs in the first quarter. That's 36 for the game. That's an awful lot. All right, the kick is on its way, taken at the 16. Turn man Williams trying to dodge tacklers, gets it out to the 35. Sample is a little bit of a rough start, only going 2 of 5 for 34 yards. He does have that long touchdown, though, the 26-yarder.
Dante Moses on the kickoff return tackle, too. He plays defense. Punt, blocks, and now on the kickoff return. Can't get number 30 off the field. Get it. Got it.
It's intercepted. Making the catch and running to the end zone. Not quite getting there was Deontay Moses.
Who else? Who was I just talking about?
Good call, Chris.
Did he get in? No, he was at about the 4.
I think they're going to mark him near the 2, actually.
I just said he's on the punt block team, he's on the kickoff return team, he's on defense.
He's on the interception return team, too. Lakeland with a great opportunity to punch another one home. Meeks not in the backfield. They're going to go empty backfield, Chris. Harrison. So wing back behind the left tackle. Running back in motion, they fake to him, and then the pass is way out of bounds. Gardner, I believe, was the intended receiver.
Put your back in here. Put your back in here. Put your backs in here. Come on, you're on the 2. Put your backs in here.
See some power football.
You don't need to be throwing the football from the 2.
Reagan and Fram in the line. Whitley bouncing. He gets hit right at the goal line. They're signaling touchdown. Whitley got it in. He got hit hard. He might be shaken up, Chris. But it is a touchdown for Lakeland.
Wow.
Nathan Hillman also in the line. Pardon me, I got the wrong 71. Jonah Carlson also in the line for Lakeland. Those big guys have been opening up pretty good holes.
Well, that's the 5th rushing touchdown for their quarterback, Whitley, along with his.
And they're going to do it again. Oh, jump ball, and oh, had it in his hands and dropped it.
They gave it to him?
I believe the intended receiver was Isaiah Davis.
It should be 28-8, though.
Well, they did give it to him.
Or 8 points. Yep, that's right. 29-8. Wow.
Des Morris on the catch. 29-8. Lakeland on top, and
penalty maybe, Marty, here?
You know what might have happened, Chris, is the defensive kid may have knocked the ball out of his hand after he caught it, and that might be the source.
Now Lakeland was Lawrence, but that's the third penalty, and we've only played 16 minutes.
Big ones, too.
3 on Sportsmanlike.
So that did go on the Benedictine Eagles. You know, and as a coach, you certainly don't like a team that's undisciplined. Yeah, I'm waiting for him to get lined up in the proper position. It should be kicking off from the 50.
Oh, they called it against.
They called it against Benedictine. I think it happened in the end zone after the 2-point conversion. And taking the penalty on the kickoff, which moves it all the way up to the 50. You can't officially say it's a blowout just yet. It's too early.
Ooh, it's starting to be that way, Marty.
It is, yeah.
They're on pace for 100 points.
I don't know if it's 100, but it's a lot.
Well, they're over 20. Yeah, they are. They're on pace for 100. 25 in a quarter and 4 in the first minute.
There's a kick as drives the return man deep into the end zone. He's going to
it.
try to bring it out. It's 2 yards deep, and then he goes down at the 13.
And there's a guy with a little attitude, not making a good
he's
decision.
Blaming the blockers.
Kelvin Jordan there. That wasn't the right decision, Kelvin.
What are you doing? You pushing me down? Well, yeah, that's what I'm supposed to do.
Well, Benedictine mistakes, a blocked punt and an INT has led to
14.
Well,
is it 14? No, it's 16.
16 points.
Yeah.
Going the other way.
It's 29-8. Running back through the middle, I think that was Williams.
And again, I know Benedictine likes to throw the ball. Haven't really run it that often this year.
That was Jockums on the carry.
Yeah. They like to definitely like to throw it more than they like to run it. But I would stick with the running game. And now the rain is coming
really
down, which
down
I said
hard.
it would. I knew the hard stuff was coming. And it's here.
Sample tries to keep it. He gets wrestled down hard by Corbin Giles. Moses on the tackle. Boy, oh boy, he didn't get a first down?
No.
Only 1 yard pickup on that run. I thought he got a lot more. Chuckums in the backfield. They fake the handoff. Sample does the quarterback sneak and falls, quarterback option, and falls forward to the 25. First down for the Eagles.
And the option was there, Marty. I think that would have been a better thing to do there.
First down and 10 for the Eagles.
Matt
There's
Fleming.
what you see. Rain, rain, rain. Lots of rain. Knew it was coming.
Yeah, we did. Thought it'd be a little later, though.
It's good for my grass seed. That's about it.
Fleming. Samples pass deep and over everyone.
Oh my gosh.
Really? Brandon
dreaming.
Moore wanted a pass interference on a play on a pass that was 10 feet over his head.
He never even saw the ball before it was past his head.
Yeah, that actually is a very good point, Chris. He didn't start looking till it was too late. If the pass had been catchable, he would have had a hard time.
He wasn't anywhere near it.
No, my
Yeah,
point is that he wasn't looking
Correct.
soon enough.
Yep. That's a bad combo.
Fleming. Morris in motion. Moore, pardon me. Sample. He gets hit. There's a fumble. Who's got it? Benedictine got it. Picking it up was Benedictine's running back, Grant Juckums. But it is a loss on the play. It's going to be third and about 14.
Well, there's a lot more fans here this week, Marty, but they're all under umbrellas.
I thought they had a rule, no umbrellas in the stands. I think they have that rule at Camp Randall. Pass is complete. Boy, oh boy, that was bad defense there. Making the catch for Benedictine was Jonathan Roberts.
Well, the bad news is he caught it, Marty. The
Oh,
good news is
he was
way
short of the first down, but they're going to go for it.
Wow.
It's going to be that time of the game, I guess.
Oh, wow.
They haven't been able to stop Lakeland, so you might as well go for it.
And they're running it well, Marty. They are doing that, so I guess I don't blame that.
Yeah. Jockums.
I would have gone with that full house situation again, Marty.
Yeah, do a little faking in the backfield, right. Good point. Fake the sweep. Sample trying to run for it. He's close to the 35.
The far official has his foot over the 35, Marty, so that would be
First down,
base.
yeah. Just barely got it. Good run that time by Sample, Ryan Sample. We mentioned him before. He's a 6-foot senior. Manteno, Illinois. Juckums on the carry up the middle, not going to get much. Picks up maybe 2-3 yards.
I closed my windows before I left home, Marty.
Good. Did you close the sunroof on your car?
I was thinking earlier today would be a great day to be on the couch because it's kind of cool and damp and windy. But I enjoy my afternoon with you, though, Marty. It's okay.
Hey, thank you. I appreciate that. I wish I could say the same. Just kidding.
The dump off.
Yeah, good tackle made that time by Lakeland's Deontay Moses.
Well, that time, Sample did not look at all his targets because his tight end was wide open over the middle, and he chose to just dump it off there.
Moore,
Fleming.
number 88, is a 6'2 junior. He's down at the bottom of your screen being guarded by Smothers. That's going to be a good matchup there. You got 3 wide receivers off to the left. Sample, high snap, brings it down. Goes out as a receiver, and he's stopped short of the first down.
Where's this marked? Oh, that's another bad spot.
Oh boy, they marked it way back. He should have been right at the 45.
The ball's, oh my gosh.
That's, yeah, that's
Where the ball was, not where the body is. He stretched it out there. So we get a stop now.
4th down. There's that full house backfield you like, Chris. Looks like Williams is the deep back, number 21. Fake Sample leans forward. He's not going to get the first down. He's going to be just short.
Running backs run, quarterbacks throw. Give it to your running back. That was too far for the quarterback to get it there.
Here you're
They're
going to
gonna
see
give it to
he
the
got
fish.
hit in the backfield, actually.
Yep. Oh, look at that spot.
Wow, this is not right, Chris. These guys are, I mean, holy cow.
Did I miss something there?
No, they did. Jeez, this is terrible.
He barely, I don't think he got to like the 45 or just maybe over.
He barely got the ball, maybe touching the 45. That's a terrible spot. Lakeland had him stopped.
First down and 10 for the Eagles.
Too bad they can't use our replay booth. Could use the challenge flag on this one.
I've talked to Adam about adding another link to that chain. Wind the clock. We're ready to go. Pass is caught. No, they're calling it an incompletion. At first it looked like Fleming made the catch, but the official runs in and says no, it'll be 2nd and 10. 7:55 left until halftime. Lakeland on top, 29-8. It's been a very entertaining first half if you're a Lakeland fan.
Freshman Joe Starks on the coverage. Freshman at 2 corners, Marty. Wow.
Yeah. Fake handoff. Sample in the backfield, fires deep down. He's got a man, makes the catch. Fleming going to the corner of the end zone, and he's in. Touchdown. Oh boy, hit him in stride, Chris. 54 yards. Wow. You know, as much as we want Lakeland to win, that still was a thing of beauty.
Yes, it was, and I was wondering where the safety help was there. Shouldn't let any of those running or wide receivers get behind you.
Jalen Paul Malone, number 75, is the big boy. Trots over to his guard spot. Kick is no good, off to the right. Malone is a 6 foot, 285 pound offensive lineman. You notice him when he's in the game. But point is no good. It's now 29-14, 7:46 left. That 4th down bad spot cost Lakeland.
Yep. There's no doubt about it. It was a bad spot. Both spots were bad. It was the previous play, too.
Exactly.
Where we said the
You're
receiver,
right.
if you watched where the ball had
Good point.
was compared to when he got out of bounds.
Harrison is trotting back along with Eddie. Eddie will be the deepest of the 3. The other Lakeland player trotting back there is Larry Rivers.
You know, it's, I think the rain's lightened up a tad. Not much, but it's not pouring right now.
So if you're driving in your car, you could put the wipers on intermittent.
Correct.
All right, getting ready to do the booting is Hank Pimentel, number 14. A short kick taken by Harrison.
He can get outside. Oh, he chose not to.
You're not going anywhere now. He's going to get knocked back inside the 20-yard line, but based on how they spot it, should have it at about the 21.
Well, when he was thinking about going to the right, Marty, I thought that was a good idea. And then he slowed down, and by that time, the white jerseys figured it out. Well, let's see what Lakeland does here in the rain. They should be good. They are fish.
Good point.
But this is the first time they're dealing with a little more precipitation than they've had earlier, even though it's been raining all day, not like it is right now.
Hand off to Meeks, and fumble.
Calling him down.
Lakeland keeps it. Loss of a yard on that run.
Our favorite Eagle was in there as well, Kelvin Jordan.
Des Eddy in the backfield now with Whitley. Got 2 wide receivers to each side. Benedictine had the blitz going, and too many defenders for Ross to block.
Well, the last drive for Benedictine was 6:01, and I think the defensive coaches have decided to kind of take away that little short pass. Probably had some discussions on the sideline over that 6-minute period that the offense had the ball, and there was nowhere for him to go.
It's 3rd down and 10. Whitley going to the outside. He's going to run with it and come far short of the first down. Only gets it up to about the 22 or 23 yard line. It'll be 4th down for Lakeland. Good defensive stand by the Eagles.
Good adjustment, Marty.
Yeah, you're right.
They
It's a
stopped
good
the
point
run,
on
took
that,
away the short pass, and then they decided to get off the press coverage because they were in a longer situation there, and no place for Whitley to throw.
Benedictine has 2 men back to return the punt.
And punting's been an adventure for both teams.
Flag not flying much now. Wind has died down.
That's
Good
it's
snap
wet.
and kick. Gets a good bounce. And it'll roll dead inside the 40 to about the 38. Pretty good punt considering the conditions. 5:24 left until halftime here at John Taylor Field on the campus of Lakeland University. For
Our last
homecoming.
game of the season, Marty.
Yep, our last game of the season. And we had mentioned earlier we were at homecoming last year. It was on October 1st. And it was the same kind of weather. Chris mentioned that earlier. And boy, they just tore up the field, literally. Pass deep, and nobody could make the catch. Closest receiver that time was Jonathan Roberts, but he couldn't come down with it. Looking for the quick score, Chris.
Well, they saw the opening net. They scored under.
Stop that. I think it's because Whitley put on his headset. He wants to listen to us. Oh, nice hit. But not before the first down was made. That tough stop was Mason Ross.
Brought down by Mason. First down and 10 Eagles.
Okay. Sample looking, fires a good ball right to his receiver who couldn't make the catch.
Wet ball, flag down. I think they're going to get a
Roughing the passer?
foul.
Let's see what the call is.
After play, unsportsmanlike conduct. Number 24, defense, 15-yard penalty.
Oh boy, not a good penalty by, not that any of them are good. Eddie Strickland though.
4 of those calls, 2 now on each team.
One of the categories on this penalty yards, 3 for 40 on Benedictine, 2 for 15. That's first quarter stats. It's obviously different now. But that was a big one. It's Benedictine in good position. And the ball was right in the arms of Fleming, and he couldn't gather it in. Boy, that was a nice pass by Sample.
Second down and 10 for the Eagles.
I think they were trying to set up the wide receiver screen there, and he was just standing there on the left side. But Sample decided to throw it over. Should have been caught there, but again, it's a sloppy field.
Fake handoff on the sweep. Sample keeps it, goes right up the middle and gets it down near the 20-yard line. Big run and a first down. 4:40 left. Chandler Watson checks in, the defensive line. Benedictine right at the line of scrimmage again. Moore is at the bottom of your screen. You have 3 wide receivers off to the left. Sample looking.
Touchdown.
Goes to Moore. He's open. Ball is tapped away. Making the nice play for Lakeland was Omen Smothers.
Great recovery, because that was a touchdown. Just a tad underthrown, Marty.
Yeah, just a tad. You're right. Nathan Getzelman is the center for Benedictine. Pass right over the middle. Wide open is Fleming. Does a little jitterbug. Has the ball tapped away, and Lakeland's got it back. Peyton, no. I couldn't get the number of the kid.
There's a flag down, Marty. We'll see which way this is going.
Well, if this
Hold
stands,
everything.
if this stands, Lakeland will have the ball deep in their own territory, but at least Benedictine will not be in scoring position. Let's see what this is all about.
Offensive pass is interference. Number 2, Dalton Klein, first down, Lakeland.
So, pass and catch, flag down, strip ball, fumble recovery. Stripped there, as you can see, by number 2, Mason Ross.
Ross on the interception. Okay, 4:01 left in the second quarter. Lakeland has the ball right at the 15.
Pass interference on Benedictine. Does not matter. Fish get the ball back.
Fish are happy too. Whitley, quick out. And making that catch was Des Morris.
That's something that Whitley really does a nice job, Marty. Sometimes he kind of fakes like he's going to run, and then it freezes the Benedictine guys thinking he's going to run, so they kind of step up, and that creates space for their receivers. And it's a nice little weapon to have at Whitley because he can use his feet so well. Oops, never mind.
What happened? Penalty on Lakeland.
Holding.
Oh, man. Don't want to do that. Ball spotted back to the 7-yard line. Meeks is the running back with Whitley.
3:40 left.
Whitley goes deep and over the head of Morris.
Morris didn't have time to separate that time, Marty.
That would have been an interesting battle to see who catches the ball if it hadn't have been so deep. And Morris has got a good couple inches on his defender out there. Second down, 20. They're calling it 2nd and 17. Whitley around the corner and gets it out to the 15-yard line. It's going to be 3rd and 10.
Yeah, a little better field position too if they don't get it for the punt. And again, a little more reasonable area too to throw the ball. You just need 10. Good decision there by Whitley.
Trotting off to the right side of the formation is Jamal Hawkins-Sconiers. He made a catch earlier in the game. It's 3rd and 10.
Blitz. Cheating.
And penalty or whistle stopped the play. Wonder if a false start on Lakeland. Push them 5 more back. It's going to be 3rd and 15. Didn't catch who the penalty was against. Meeks again in the backfield with Whitley. Benedictine sends a blitzer. Pass is out and away and incomplete. They're calling it incomplete. No pass interference. Morris wanted the interference on Benedictine's Cal Jordan, but no call. Probably a good no call, too. I don't know what you think.
Way out of bounds, Marty.
Yeah.
Way out of bounds. Not a good pass, so I was scared I was going to be picked up and headed the other way. It was in bounds.
Yeah.
And not a good series. 2 penalties on the series that time. And they went backwards instead of forward after the fumble recovery. Benedictine's receivers here on the punt are only at the 40.
Come on, snap the ball. Kick is not a good one. Coming up and making the catch inside the 30 was Benedictine's Juwan Nelson. Wow, that was pretty gutsy, Chris.
Wow. Wow.
2:22 left, so they have plenty of time, and they have 2 timeouts remaining.
But the officials are meeting in the rain.
They're going to say where he initially made contact, and that's really going to mark him down.
And then I'm going to switch my punt yardage here, 17 to 20.
All right.
2-2-2 and 2 timeouts left in the second.
Sample being rushed hard, he just throws the ball away. That could be a penalty because it didn't cross the line of scrimmage. And was he outside the tackle box, Chris? That's a college rule, right? Well,
Fleming was in the
area.
Was on the field, yes. I just heard a fan just use mine. What I was going to say, in the same neighborhood on the field.
He was on campus.
Yeah, I was just thinking. Some fan just yelled as I was making my statement.
Fleming in motion. Fake handoff. The Sample gets met right at the 30 and pushed back.
Guess who? Oh, no, new guy this time. Stokes. And that was a tackle. He stood him up and drove him down, Marty.
Yeah, that's the way you like it. Fleming is one of the wide receivers out here on the right. He's the widest of the 2. Inside of him is Fleming. And then inside of him is Pauly, and you'd have to say that's the 2-3-4 of that side of the field. Pass on the run is caught by Pauly, and he gets knocked down at about the 25.
But he's short. And obviously, Benedictine going to go for it here. Got to get to about the 20, Marty.
Yeah, it's a big play. Clock running, 1:15 left.
They don't want to give Lakeland any time, so they just want to take care of business, Benedictine it is, and get the first down first.
4 down linemen for Lakeland. They're coming. Good blocking by... Oh, stood up and stopped at the 20. It's going to be the spot again. I think he got it. They're spotting it right at the 20, the side official. Oh, that close, Chris.
Now the clock is rolling with 53 seconds, Marty, so Benedictine has to throw it here.
Sample sacked at the 26. Clock running. And they stop it. 40 seconds left.
On the sack there was Chandler Watson. The young man's from Gurney, Illinois.
Oh, yeah. Rafe was pushed to the outside. It left an opening for his teammate to come up the middle and make the sack. So we have 40 seconds left. It's 2nd and 15. You know, they could run a couple plays without using that last time out.
Well, you get the first first down to stop it. They're going to have that once, but they're in a little bit of trouble as the Lakeland defense has really
picked it up a bit.
Yep, especially inside the 30. This is 2 times now that Benedictine's been in the 30. Last time they fumbled, and this time they're going backwards again. Let's just hope that the Muskies can hold on for another 40 seconds.
So is it 3 turnovers for Benedictine, the two interceptions and a fumble?
I have a fumble, an interception, and a blocked punt.
Okay. They had the interception on the goal line. They had the interception here for the touchdown.
I called that a fumble down here. Oh, you called that an interception? Oh, yeah.
Wasn't that when he took the ball and ran it out of bounds, right? The Lakeland guy?
Yeah, well.
Trying to return it?
Stripped it from him.
Oh, okay. All right, okay. I got it. Rafe coming hard, and they sack him back to the 30. And
Rafe
Benedictine calls their last time out. Ivan Martinez that time got in there.
You know, when you look at the defense of Lakeland, they have no seniors.
That bodes well.
You know, Darling is out there sometimes, but we've also seen he is a senior, but he hasn't been in there all the time today. So basically, you're maybe one senior. So
Smothers trots into the defensive huddle late. But you know, you get those young guys and they're playing a lot, and then it's just a matter of keeping them eligible, keep them going to class. It's 3rd down and about 20.
And Benedictine now out of timeout. So
only 3 down linemen this time, Chris. Oh, good. And knocked down far short of the first down. That stop made by Eddie Strickland.
20 seconds left, 4th down, Marty. Here we go.
Sample back, looking. He's got a receiver. Pass is incomplete. Out of the reach of number 4, Jonathan Roberts. And Lakeland will take over with 11 seconds left. Rain coming down pretty hard.
Well, let me tell you, Marty.
Kudos to Richard and Sarah being out in the elements and the job they're doing.
2 key turnovers for Benedictine, allowed 16 points for the Muskies. Now Benedictine inside the 30 twice, and they don't
get
come
any
up with
points,
any points.
right?
So this game could be a lot different.
Yeah, Whitley in the shotgun.
I like how Benedictine has 3 people at the 50, Marty.
Hand off to Meeks. Gets it out over the 30, and that should be the half. And we are at halftime with Lakeland on top, 29-14. Homecoming 2017.
Okay, hi, my name's Tim Bull. I'm a ISA certified arborist with the city of Sheboygan. I've been working here about a year. One of the primary focuses of my job is to treat the ash trees. The emerald ash borer is an insect that's been in Wisconsin for over 10 years, and it's working its way kind of north from southern Wisconsin. It's been found in Sheboygan for a few years now. It's been around. And the focus is for the city to try to save the ash trees before they all die. There's about 5,000 ash trees on the street, between the street and the sidewalk. And just to give you a sense, there's about 20 to 23,000 trees between the street and the sidewalk. So 5,000 of those are ash trees. So it's important for the city to not let all those trees die at the same time. So the emerald ash borer is an insect where it gets in the tree, it lays eggs, the eggs hatch and burrow under the bark, and they basically suffocate the tree as they feed. Now it takes a number of years before you'll see an effect from the insect, but the important thing is when you're trying to save an ash tree is to treat it with an insecticide before you see the tree declining, because by the time you see the effects that the tree is dying, it could be too late. Sometimes it's not too late, but many times the damage that's done is already done and can't be repaired. So it's more of a preventative measure that we're doing, and I've been treating ash trees for about 6 years now. I've seen it work. I've seen where I've treated a tree, I came back 2 years later, treated the same tree again, and the tree was still healthy, but maybe the neighbor's trees that were untreated were almost dead. So I believe in it, and research backs it up. It's supposed to be over 96% effective. As far as the city's plan, their plan is to treat half the ash trees and remove half the ash trees, because it's expensive either way you want to look at it. If you want to remove them all, it's a huge expense. If you want to treat them all, it's very expensive. So a kind of compromise is to try to save half, remove half over a 3-year period. So this year, 2017, I've treated between 1,100 and 1,200 ash trees to date, and over the next year and over the next 2 years, we'll get to that 2,500 mark where we've potentially saved half the trees. Now, the city's doing a 3-year treatment process where every 3 years we'll have to retreat if we want the tree to continue to survive. And right now, the insecticide that we're using, the active ingredient is emamectin benzoate. There's a number of different products that contain that. It's labeled for 2 years, where every 2 years you should retreat, but a lot of research is saying you can get at least 3 years out of it, so that's why the city's gone with the 3-year plan. Well, first of all, the process of picking which trees to save and which trees not to save really stems from, is the tree in a good location to begin with? So if we're only going to save half the ash trees, we want to save the ones that are in a good spot versus the ones that are not an ideal spot. So we look for medians, grass areas between the road and the sidewalk that are at least 6 feet wide. This one here that we're in is probably more like 8 feet. And we want to look for spots where there's no overhead power lines that the tree's growing into, or if the tree is really buckling up the sidewalk or something like that, maybe that's not an ideal tree to save. So once we determine which trees we want to save, the process is pretty simple. We drill into the tree with a small, about a little smaller than a pencil-sized hole, and a tree will take anywhere from 4 holes to, I had one this year that I had 10 holes in. So average, I would say 6 or 7 drills, about 1 inch under the bark. And then those holes get filled up. You put an injection tee in each one of those holes, so it's all sealed. And each one of those tees is connected with a small hose, which all stems back to a bottle which has the insecticide in it. Now, the amount of insecticide that's used depends on the tree size. So the rate the city uses is 5 milliliters per diameter inch of the tree. Now, diameter is measured at breast height, 4.5 feet above ground. Okay, yeah, so this tree here is 18 inches in diameter. So 18 times 5 is 90 milliliters that this tree requires. So as we're going down a street, I have a guy helping me. He measures them, he records what's going to be used, he records the address where the tree is, and I get to the tree and I get to work drilling, setting it up, measuring the chemical that's going in. And once I get it all set, it's just a matter of pressurizing the container, the bottle with the insecticide to get that insecticide to the tree. And really, it's just a bike pump that I'm using to pressurize, and I give it about 30 pounds of pressure, and that'll get the insecticide to the tree, and it's up to the tree to take it in. So every tree is different. Some trees take it right in. Some trees are a little slower. Sometimes you don't get that uptake. The tree just refuses to suck anything up. So then that's a sure sign that the tree is too far gone, and there's no point in trying to save that tree. So once I have it all set up and pressurized, it's up to the tree to take it in. And really, I could increase the pressure to 40 pounds, even 50 pounds, but it isn't going to make a difference how fast the tree takes it in. It's really, the pressure is just getting the chemical to the tree. And once the lines, the hoses are all clear, so you can see the blue, the chemical is blue, you can see it going in, and once those lines are all emptied out, then you can undo the pressure and unhook the tree, and that's all that needs to be done. Now everything, when we leave a tree that we've treated, we got a can of blue spray paint. We put a dot on the street side of the tree, roughly 2-3 feet off the ground, and that is a symbol that we've treated that ash tree, that we plan on saving that ash tree. And we'll also put a pesticide sign down that says "Keep off pesticide." That's something that needs to be done. It's required by the pesticide regulations for the state. So those signs will leave for a day and we'll pick them up the next day. But the blue dot will stay, so we'll always know that that tree was treated in 2017. As far as danger to people walking by or anything like that with the pesticide that we're using, the word is caution on the label of this insecticide, which is the lowest toxicity. Really, it's not much to worry about since it's all going right into the tree itself. There's nothing going to be on the grass or in the air or anything really to worry about as far as that goes. As soon as I leave the tree and the blue dot will stay there, but nothing else will be there, that tree is safe to be around.
Beautiful area. There's structures that are there for navigation, and they have created an amazing place for people to go out and walk onto. But they are for navigation and not made for people to walk on. One of the main concerns is being washed off of these structures and these piers. There's large waves that come over the pier unexpectedly when the weather changes, and most people don't realize that the weather might change in a short amount of time. Being out on these piers and structures, I think most people don't take into account the changing weather and the changing environment that changes so rapidly. With the wind-generated waves, the wind shifts or the wind picks up with the storm that blows through. It brings these big waves that people don't recognize coming, and the wind picks up, it could bring a wave over the pier. And with those, even with the wave that isn't splashing over the pier, just splashing onto the pier creates a slippery surface on a pier that's not meant for foot traffic. Before you ever make any trips out onto these piers or structures, you want to know basically what's around, what are your surroundings, what life rings are available, where are the call boxes, is your cell phone going to work, do you have service, checking the weather, making sure the weather, there's not storms coming in. If somebody does go into the water, don't ever take your eyes off, and calling with a cell phone, finding the nearest phone, and calling for help, calling 911.
You've messed up your son's haircut.
Mom?
Do you A, try to fix it?
Like it never happened.
B, work with what you got? Or C, show solidarity?
Thank you, baby.
As a parent, there are no perfect answers. But you don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. Thousands of teens in foster care will love you just the same.
Visit aarp.org/caregiving for information on how to provide even better care for the person who wants to care of you.
My heart doesn't see race. Love is love.
I guess sometimes things just happen. Devastating things. Your whole world changes in an instant. That's what happened to me the day my mother had a stroke. I'm Paul George, and I want you to spot a stroke fast. F, face drooping. A, arm weakness. S, speech difficulty. T, time to call 911. Protect the ones you love. Spot a stroke fast.
I love taking care of my mom. It wasn't easy at first. She learned how to better communicate her needs.
And you learned how to not ignore yours.
I discovered how to make healthier meals.
And I discovered how much I enjoyed them.
Becoming a caregiver is a learning experience for everyone. Find articles, tips, and tools from experts and others who have been in your place. The Caregiving Resource Center at aarp.org/caregiving.
Look at me. Hey.
Raymond, look at Mommy.
Maybe the light hurts his eyes.
Maybe she's just not hungry. Maybe he can't hear us. Maybe we're not stimulating him enough. Maybe it's a phase.
Avoiding eye contact is one early sign of autism. Learn the others today. The sooner it's diagnosed, the better.
Being prepared is a part of who you are. But it's especially important in the case of a disaster. Be informed about possible emergencies in your area. Make a plan that covers where you go in an emergency. Build a kit with the things you need to survive. There's no one more capable of planning for your situation than you. Start your plan today. Go to ready.gov/myplan.
Morning, Gary. We are GetSchooled.com. You want a college education, don't you? You know you do. That's why we're here. We're free and here to guide you through every step of the way, starting with attendance. Gary, financial aid forms. Picking a college, man. You and us. Go together like tacos and Tuesday.
And I love tacos.
Go to GetSchooled.com.
Marie, you have prediabetes.
Prediabetes? I don't have time to eat right or exercise. I'm a busy mom.
Oh, you're a busy mom.
Yeah.
This is great news. Busy moms never get prediabetes.
Wait, what?
Let me just... Yeah, this is all the people at risk for prediabetes, and way over here, busy moms. No?
We taught him how to hit a baseball.
how to hit a receiver, the strike zone, the net. You taught him how to hit the upper corner. You even taught him how to hit the open man. But how much time have you spent teaching him what not to hit?
This is the story of a boy who is very sensitive to lights and sounds. So he built secret hiding places where nothing could get in. The boy didn't like looking people in the eye. It made him feel uncomfortable. One day, he found out he had something called autism. His family got him help. And slowly, he learned how to live with it better.
Early intervention can make a lifetime of difference. Learn the signs at autismspeaks.org.
We're back at Taylor Field here at Lakeland University, where the Muskies lead at 29-14. It was a very exciting half. Chris, I was looking at the stats, and to my surprise, both teams actually ran the ball. Lakeland ran it 17 times to 16 passes. Benedictine had 22 rushes and 22 passes. I thought it would have been skewed more to the passing.
Well, I think part of the problem, Marty, is the weather. I mean, I just went to use the bathroom, and it was just really, really tough sledding for them.
Dave Gallianetti from Lakeland University is joining us. Here's Dave. Why don't you say a few words about this afternoon's game?
I think what Chris just said about the weather is certainly a factor. I mean, you've got in these two teams, these are two of the top 5 offensive passing teams in the country, and it's been tough. There was part of that second quarter where it was just kind of a driving rain, and it was, it's kind of tough sledding out there, but it's homecoming tradition here at Lakeland. We dial up the rain every year. At least we got a turf field that can handle it now, but it's. If Benedictine would have punched that one in late in that half, this thing could have got real interesting. It's going to be interesting to see who takes control here earlier in the third quarter. It's going to be a momentum game now, I think.
Well, Dave, another thing out is you're here, not just besides football. I mean, you get a lot of alumni that come back here every year.
Yeah, it's. Homecoming's popular. We had that season opener when we played our first game on this field. We had a ton of people out that night, and we thought, ooh, are people going to come back for homecoming? Maybe they were treating that as homecoming. And, we've got a tent there in the south end zone. We got some recruits in today, but the class of 70 had a huge, huge reunion today. So all those folks are in there, and you don't see as many people in the stands, but they're all under that tent. I was in there earlier, and there's several hundred people in there. So, and not everybody's seen the field yet. They want to come out and see the field, and there's just a good buzz out here right now. It's great.
And you love your job out here, and the enrollment's increased, and the building every year it seems like new construction. I know the game's going to start in a minute, but Dave, you guys have done so much out here.
Yeah, we've got Campus Center is actually closed this year. We're renovating that completely, and that's going to be open for business next fall. And I think that's going to be a game changer for us with the whole new Campus Center, this new field. Things are looking up. It's a really exciting time to be here.
Well, Marty mentioned something before, Dave. It's always a pleasure to see you, and the way you guys take care of us, it's great. So
well, we appreciate you guys.
By.
Yeah, we appreciate you guys coming by. You guys do great work, and you're welcome anytime. Thank you.
And good luck with the school board too.
Yeah,
I got a lot of. You got to wear a lot of hats.
Well, I got to stay out of trouble. So. Take care, guys.
Thanks, Dave.
Well, I think the first couple minutes here are important. I know you say that for every football game, Marty, but, with the change in the weather a little bit, it's going to rain hard, then it's not going to rain hard, and everything was flowing. But Lakeland hasn't scored since the 13:47 mark of the second quarter, and Benedictine has been knocking on the door, Marty, but they just haven't seemed to get anything going.
Well, Benedictine sent 2 blitzers right up the middle, and when Whitley faked the run to Meeks, there you see it, they bit on that and left the Lakeland wide receiver wide open.
Very
for
similar.
A nice gain.
Another similarity is last week, the second quarter was kind of the bugaboo for Lakeland, and it's this second quarter too. They just don't get as many yards and as much action going. And like I said, Benedictine had 2 chances to score. Fortunately for the Muskies, they didn't do that. I think this is an important drive here.
You give it to Meeks. This time he bounces off of one tackler, but can't get past the other, and he's actually going to hit for a loss of a yard. I give a shout out to my partner Chris for doing the impromptu interview with Dave Gallianetti. I know we weren't expecting that, and did a really great job on a spur of the moment type deal. All of a sudden I gave my headset to Dave, and Chris was on.
I've known Dave ever since I moved. Big basketball fan. Big.
Yeah, you're right. Exactly.
We used to do sports shows back at the station with Dave, and then he had a Lakeland locker room too, which was a big thing, which I always thought was really neat. And
there was talk, I think it was last season more than this season, about rejuvenating that Lakeland locker room, but they just never quite got it going, I don't believe. But you're right. He's a very knowledgeable guy. Pass is complete. Missed tackle there. Harrison. Oh, that ball just went out, and Benedictine's got it. They're going to have it 1st and 10 at about the 45. Oh, man.
That's an unfortunate situation, because there was your...
Watch this. He's going to get hit from behind, I think it is. Oh, no, from the front.
Yeah, Peterson had to get rid of the one defender, and he did do that. And then, unfortunately, after gaining more yards, he turned it over. An unfortunate start for him. All he tried to do was make more yards there. First turnover of the game for Lakeland, which is a little bit surprising with the way the weather is.
Yeah, really. And he had the first down, too. Before Harrison had the ball tipped out of his hands.
Well, now that puts the pressure on the other side for the defense here.
Yeah, you're right. Defense has been pretty solid. Now you can watch too.
Yep.
All right, it's going to be 2nd down and 10. That first pass was incomplete. Lakeland coming with 4. Oh, man. That was a pick 6. And not able to make the catch was Mason Ross. Watch this. Right in the middle of your screen. Comes up. Oh, man.
And then there's jawing going on way on the far side of the field, Marty. He's going to draw a few penalties.
Well, Dave Gallianetti, I said to him, it looks like there's been a lot of chatting on the field with all the unsportsmanlike conduct. And he said this started days ago on social media with players going back and forth. And it's carried over to today's game.
And to the credit to the officials, they're throwing the flags. Do you see that stuff? Knock it off and penalize them. Both sides are guilty of it.
Well, the one official is writing down the numbers. You get too many of these unsportsmanlike conduct penalties, and you get tossed from the game. Rafe with a good rush, but he gets ridden off, and then the pass is incomplete. Nice coverage that time by Ross. And Rafe just gets ridden out, but did apply good pressure to Sample. It's going to be 4th down.
Well, there's been a lot of pressure on Grant Claver, the punter for Benedictine. One blocked and one partially blocked. Watch for Lakeland to be coming here.
Good snap. The kick is away. Nice high punt. Gardner takes it on about the 12. He has the ball knocked away, and he rolls it back up into his arms at the 15 and goes down. Considering the conditions, Chris, the fumbling has not been a real big issue, at least in the first half, but not a good start to that here in a second.
Well, again, Benedictine not taking advantage of a situation twice. They had the ball inside of Lakeland's 30, didn't score in the first half. Here they get good field position to start the second half after a Muskie turnover. Again, the defense steps up.
It's raining again. Our window was pretty clear actually for a while, and there's short passes incomplete. Richard Bartson giving you that shot. Sarah Balzer down on the field, running the field camera. Scott Maloff is in the truck. He's our director today. Student helpers are Jason Lee, Haley Kerber, and Nicole Warner.
We're going to need them all to clean up today.
Yeah. Nice catch. Morris gets it all the way out to the 39-yard line.
And just another typical Muskie receiver, yards after catch. Every one of them shows good speed once they catch the ball. They seem to be gaining 6, 7, 8, 10, 20 yards after the catch.
And Morris goes 6'3", 200 pounds. He's a big kid to try and bring down, too. Whitley hands it off to Meeks right up the middle. He's got room. He's down to the 40, 35. Spins off a tackler, 30, 25, and inside the 25-yard line. Meeks. 12, 22, 32, 39-yard run.
Here's the PlayStation move right here, Marty.
Whoop.
And a good containment there by Letza for Benedictine to keep him inside. Otherwise, Meeks may have scored.
They're saying in the booth next to us he had 90 yards going into it. He's going to go over 100 right here. He's pushed out of bounds near the 5-yard line.
Flag down. No. Oh, holding on the receiver.
On Lakeland, eh?
But that's a spot foul, Marty, so the good news is
he should have the first down. He got it. They called it at the 10, I believe.
Good news, it's on the 10. Bad news is it's back to the 20 now.
Sconiers, Hawkins Sconiers on the hold. It's going to be first down and 3. Whitley has Eddie in the backfield. He takes the handoff, takes it right up the middle, and barrels forward.
A little short.
Eddie goes 5'8". He is a little short. You're supposed to laugh at my jokes, Mr. Wright.
Inside.
Oh, they gave him the first down. Eddie's still in the backfield. He goes in motion now. He's a slot on the left side. Whitley all alone back there. Rolling, looking. He's got a wide receiver open in the end zone. It's a touchdown, but we've got a flag in the middle of the field, which is generally holding on the offense. So that play will probably get called back. Here we get the signal.
Yep.
Oh, man.
Yep.
Get a replay of that, Scott. Maybe we can pick up the holding on number 69, Jack Merrill.
Yeah, it all happened on that right side, protecting Whitley there. That's a good call.
He's the right tackle.
Or as he goes here, look at him as he grabs him there. Yeah. Anytime the defensive end is running, trying to get away, he's trying to get away from
number
something.
48, Frankie Lezea, was telling the official, hey, that's a hold, and the officials called it. It's going to be first down and 20. Ball on the 23-yard line.
2 bad penalties, Marty.
Very bad, you're right. Boy, they had it first and goal at the 3. And now they're nowhere near that. Short.
Oh, another flag down.
Looks like it's going on Lakeland.
They're going the wrong way, Marty.
Victor Johnson from the Eagles signals penalty on Lakeland. Let's see.
Jeez.
Oh, man. That penalty's on Steve Reagan. What in the world's going on, fellas? Come on. Boy, oh boy, oh boy. From first and goal at the 3 out to the 38-yard line. Got to be more disciplined than that, Chris.
Yes.
Second down and 38. Second down and 35, pardon me. Ball on the 38. Whitley going deep. Pass is intercepted, but the interceptor was out of bounds. Here you're going to see it. Guy in white makes a nice catch.
Sconier's out there, 81. I don't think we've called his name yet.
He made one catch in the first half, but it was for a short gain.
Yeah, he was a big weapon a week ago. All the receivers are good big weapons.
Yeah, you're right. It's third down and a bunch. Whitley straight back, rolls out to his right, throws on the run. He's got a receiver. And fumble. Ball knocked out again. I think that was Des Morris on the catch.
Well, now you really created a situation here. Before it was automatic if it's an incompletion, you're punting. But now you're at the 22.
No, 27,
27,
I think.
excuse me. You have no choice but to go for it. Oh, boy.
Still a pretty long ways, 24 yards.
See if somebody can get in the middle of the field, Marty.
Benedictine only with 3 down linemen. They do bring somebody on the blitz, however. Whitley is hit and dropped at the 29-yard line. And they will take over with 10:05 left in the third quarter. He wanted to step up and possibly run, but then he got hit and dropped.
Well, as they do on The Price is Right, Marty. Wah, wah, wah.
Yeah, I was going to say Whitley is not a small guy, 6 feet 190. And has pretty good quickness, but not able to slip away there.
Disappointing, disappointing. Mistakes, mistakes, mistakes.
Full house backfield for the Eagles. Sample straight back. He's going deep. Good defensive play, that time by Lakeland's Omen Smothers. Taps it away.
Great coverage. Look at him, one-on-one here. Going deep. Smothers right with him. Can't outrun him.
Again, Benedictine not afraid to go deep, Chris.
Nope. They're challenging the Muskie D-backs, but they've been pretty stout.
Leaning forward on that carry was Juckums. Check that, it was Williams, number 21 on the carry. And picked up a good chunk of yardage, 5 yards. It's going to be 3rd and 5. We have at the bottom of your screen, that's numbers 2, 3, and 4. Lakeland coming up hard and making a sack. For Lakeland was Deontay Moses.
Of course.
You like him. Yep. Look at him sprint up right there. Boom. I'm going hard. That's a good tackle.
And who would have thought when we talk about offense, that it's been defense for the Muskies.
Gardner is back deep to receive this punt. Punter's got a nice clean uniform, Chris. Good snap and boot. Spiral type punt. That'll take a good bounce for Benedictine. And it's going to get down at the 22. Lakeland will have it with 8:33 left in the third quarter.
That's his third punt of over 50 yards, Marty.
Wow-wee.
Well, last Lakeland defensive stands, fumble, turnover on downs, punt. Before that, they gave up a touchdown, but before that was an interception and a punt. So the defense has been
in the
their
first
part.
quarter, we were in the middle of a shootout.
Yep.
It's turned into a defensive battle. Eddie is the backfield with Whitley. Two wide receivers left and right. Quick out. And catch who made the grab. Gardner on the catch, number 12.
I'll take 5 yards every time. 5 yards
Gardner
every
had
time.
4 catches in the first half, Chris. Whitley rolls away from the blitz. He's got his wide receiver, makes a good spin move, and Gardner's pushed out, but he's got the first down.
I wonder if Gardner hangs off with Meeks. They work on the same stuff. Both are juniors. Maybe they know the same spin move.
Yeah, really. Good point. Ball spotted on the 39-yard line. It's 1st and 10 Muskies. Lots of wide receivers in most of the Muskie sets. Whitley, quick out. Gardner makes the catch. I thought he was down. They said no. And he gets it up to the 47.
Yeah, college football, your knee is down, you are down. I agree with you, Marty.
Let's check it. See if his knee goes down. Oh, wow.
Look at there's even a
mark on the field. Hey, we all miss him once in a while.
Good call, Marty.
Smothers. Hawkins Sconyers is at the bottom of your screen. Handoff right up the middle. Bursting through is Eddie. He rips through one tackler and he's knocked down at the 26-yard line. Good burst through the middle of the line.
About a half a second sooner, he would have broke right through there. See that little hole? Ooh, and he just couldn't quite get past my favorite Benedictine defender, Jordan.
You like him.
Kelvin Jordan.
In a good way, you like him.
Not really. Talks too much.
Whitley quick out to Harrison. Tries to juke one defender, but Jordan, Chris's favorite player, pushes him out of bounds. Hey, he's a pretty good guy. Calvin Jordan is a junior, 5'10", 165. I'll tell you, he looks a lot bigger than 5'10", 165. Eddie is set back with Whitley. Fake out, and he's got Hawkins Sconyers in the end zone for a touchdown. 24-yard strike for Lakeland. Like a little stop and go, Chris. He pump throwed, and then you let his receiver go deep.
All those short passes, Marty, all those short passes sets up the big score.
Well, he beat the defender, Tyrese Fontanez, but you were hoping it would have been Jordan that was left in the dust.
Well, they've been throwing that short pass all game, Marty, and that time was a great fake by Whitley and then a great pass by Whitley down the field for a nice Sconiers, who we said we haven't heard much of, gets into the scoring column.
Had him for one catch in the first half. That's his second catch here in the second. That kick is up and good, and with 6:03 left in the third, Lakeland on top, 36-14. There you see it on your screen, scoreboard here at John Taylor Field.
I don't think we have a. We don't have a camera on the field anymore, do we?
Sarah's gone.
It's definitely, the weather's changed to the better again. It's not raining. It was pretty bad at the end of the half.
There are not as many, there are no umbrellas hardly in the stands now, and the amount of people in the stands has reduced considerably. You've worked the last couple of sports days, 5th grade sports day over at South. You know, we have a rule at 5th grade sports day, no standing at the railing. We got all kinds of people standing at the railing this afternoon. We didn't have that last week. And one of them is Dave Gallianetti. Oy, oy, oy. Not a deep kick. It's going to get taken at about the 22 or 23 yard line. And getting taken down with a hard hit was, I thought that wasn't Grant Flavor. He's a punter. I don't think he'd have been returning it.
And Jared Burke, the freshman from Texas, Shepherd, Texas, with the big hit, number 53.
Alrighty.
Feel a little more comfortable now, Marty.
Yes. Getting a little later in the game. Lakeland up by 22.
Well, Lakeland hadn't scored, as I mentioned, since way back with the 13:47 of the second quarter. So I like 3-score games a lot better than I like.
Oh, Sample steps out, throws, and is going to be complete.
Good
Referee
feet.
says yes.
Good feet,
Making
Marty.
a nice catch was Fleming. Sample doing a great job of getting away from pressure, Chris. Fleming in motion. He's got the handoff, got it by one tackler, and picks up about 6.
They ran that jet sweep, Marty.
Yeah. I didn't catch who the defender was. Had a shot at him, but missed him.
Nylome's on the stop for 20.
Fake the jet sweep there, and Sample sacked and fumbles, and I think Lakeland has it.
It's a tussle. It's a tussle, but you're not going to get it away from Jared Burke.
Marcus Williams making the
52, not 53.
Okay.
Washington Biacchio from Houston, Texas, picks up the fumble recovery.
Chris, he was the kid that missed on the jet sweep a couple plays ago, but he comes back to redeem himself with the fumble recovery.
Third big turnover for Benedictine. I'm counting the blocked punt. Now a fumble, second fumble. Benedictine wanted to come into this house and win. They needed to play much better.
Yeah, a lot of turnovers. Blitzing on that play. Whitley throws on the run and it's incomplete. Making the hit was Brad Nolan, 99. He had that sack earlier in the ball game.
Well, again, he just like untouched Marty.
Yeah.
He just, if you notice there, the linemen all kind of edged to the right to set up for Whitley, which meant that they left the backside open. But Whitley kind of rolled the wrong way.
Good snap. Little swing pass to Meeks. He spins off a one tackler, but is brought down, picks up a couple extra yards. Only about a 4-yard pickup.
I was worried about Meeks that time because he kind of let him here. That's when you can get really popped here.
Yeah,
but good
really.
thing there was no defender
right
in
you're
his
right.
area code.
Dustin Peterson is at right guard. Over at center is Jonah Carlson. A couple of those linemen mentioned. Blitzing again. Whitley avoids one tackler, shovels a pass forward, but it does go incomplete. Benedictine making it real tough. We got a flag down on the field, but they're making it tough for Whitley to get comfortable in the backfield.
Here's the replay, Marty. I don't know if they're going to call a holding penalty. No. What's I'm watching.
And the flag comes very late.
Could be a legal man downfield, maybe, Marty, but
see what the call is. The play was basically over, and I saw the flag fly in.
Yeah.
Dustin Peterson running down the field when he should have stayed back. And Benedictine, of course, declines the penalty. It'll be 4th down. It's that funny part of the field, too. You're at the 39-yard line, but with the way your defense is played, you might as well try and pin them back.
Yep. Victor Johnson for Benedictine, a senior linebacker, a little slow to come off the field.
Victor's got a good football number, number 44.
And Lakeland with the situation is going to not punt. I would have agreed with you, Marty. I would have punted. I always like teams that have to go the length of the field.
Well, field position's important on a day like this. Whitley's got a man open. Morris has got the first down. He made it look easy, Chris.
Yeah, well, that was a combination. Good pass protection. Morris just goes into the flat. I mean, there was nobody within 7 yards of him there. And instead of the turnover and downs, big first down.
Under 4 minutes left in the quarter. Lakeland on top, 36-14. Meeks cuts it back. He's got an opening in the middle. Picks up a great block. He's going to the end zone. He dives. Touchdown, Lakeland.
He could smell it, Marty.
23 yards. He's well over 100 yards rushing. What a block. Morris, I believe, threw that one. And then he dives in.
Been a number of times we've mentioned that, Marty, about the receivers blocking downfield, running after catches, using their speed. There's another case. And
maybe they should create a category where things like that happen. Big blocks downfield, or you know what I mean? Good snap and set. Kick is through the uprights. It's now 43-14, and we've got a route going. You see it? This is our last game of the season, folks. It looks like we're going to finish with a record of 4 wins and 5 losses, 2 of them coming out here at Lakeland.
Hey, we got a quarter to go, Marty.
Yeah, is it already going to get it up to 35, where they can have the running clock?
I don't think that's possible.
It's 29 right now. Oh, they don't have running clock in college? They should. Let's check the score here. Badgers are up 14-0.
14-3, Marty, just as you
14-3, just over a minute left in the first quarter.
I haven't done enough today. I'm going to go home and watch more football. Football game this morning, cross-country event, football this afternoon, football tonight or this evening.
I think that's really nice. You get to go and watch your students play football like that. I got to imagine they really appreciate that.
Yeah, they were excited to tell me. Wish the weather was a little nicer, but that's okay.
Yeah, really. Williams on the return bounces it to the outside. He's got room to run. Wow, it looked like he was going to get stopped near the 30, and he gets it almost to midfield. Watch this. Goes in, bounces it to the outside. Nice piece of running. They put the ball down at the 48-yard line, 52 yards away from pay dirt. Sample a handoff. Juckums is hit in the backfield. Spot him down at the 46 means a loss of 2. Fleming and Roberts down at the bottom of your screen, wide receivers. Throws on the run. Catch is made by Fleming.
He's got a bunch of catches tonight.
Oh, yeah. He had 4 in the first half. He's got, well, this one here, I think he's got at least one other one, so he's got 6 in the ball game. Dean Pauly checks in for the Benedictine Eagles. He's number 3. Ryan Sample takes a little swing pass out to Juckums. He gets it down to the 42.
Well, Benedictine not playing with their number 1 receiver, Brandon Moore. Coming in, he had 34 catches.
He's that big target. He caught 1 pass in the first half. It was a 26-yard touchdown pass.
Yeah. Haven't seen him much at all. Number 88. He's on the far side now, but basically not been
a factor.
Not using him very much.
Pass over the middle. Catch is made. Good hit. Stop is made by Dante Roll. Austin Jarnigan, number 72, is the left tackle. He's that blindside guy. Oh, that's not, well, throwing it out of bounds, that's a good play. I was going to say if you try to throw it down the field, it would be terrible.
Dean Pauly was cutting across the middle here, right behind this official here. Look at him, wide open.
Well, he didn't get a chance to find him because Rafe was on him. .149 left in the third quarter. Lakeland on top, 43-14. Hand off to Juckums, and he gets pounded down at the 15-yard line. He's going to have the first down. Nice run that time by Grant Juckums.
Minute 42. Quarter number 3.
Sam Bartell checks in late for the Muskies. It's number 49. Timeout Lakeland. Got 1:34 left in the third quarter. mentioned earlier, our last game of the season. We were pretty fortunate. I think out of the 9 games, 7 of them we had really nice weather.
Yeah.
Just the last 2 games out here at Lakeland where we ran into some rain. Richard Barson braving the weather up on top of the booth, running camera 1. And we're set to go. It's first down and 10. Ball spotted on the 15-yard line. Sample at quarterback. Grant Juckham's his running back. Give it off on the jet sweep, and fumbling the ball was Fleming, and Lakeland recovers. Making the recovery was Mason Ross.
I'll give the credit to the guy on defense of the game, number 30, makes the strip. Dante Moses. There's Moses. He's got it all.
Wow. That's at least 3 times now Benedictine has been in good field position, and they have not scored any points.
At my key of the end of the game, Marty, what do I think? The 3 stops on defense inside the 30 twice in the first half as we tail into the second quarter, and now here in the third quarter.
Quick out. Intercepted! And taking it to the house for Benedictine is Frankie Letizia. Oh boy, that was too easy. It's only his 2nd interception of the year, too.
Oops.
He read that.
Oops.
Yeah. Hey. Even Cutler threw a couple of those.
Oops.
It'll happen.
Oops.
Go for 2 or go for 1?
We're at 20. We're not chasing points yet. They just need scores. Bring it within 22.
Strong kick to the uprights is good. With 1:23 left in the third quarter, it's 43-21. Boy, that came out of nowhere.
Well, we mentioned the last touchdown was set up on all the short passes. Well, that time, the short pass was red. And,
I didn't catch the front wide receiver's number. I don't know who that was, but he was supposed to be blocking, and the interceptor just ran right through that block.
Yep.
Here, watch this.
Oh, this is.
Oh, wrong play.
This is the turnover right. Moses.
Yeah. Nice try, Scott, but
here it is.
There we go. See, up. Could
Peterson, I believe, or Harrison was supposed to block.
Okay. And defender just rode off the block.
Wow, read that play.
Wow. Yeah, he read the play for sure. Onside, Lakeland comes up and makes the reception.
Way too early for that.
Cameron Polk.
Let the game play out.
Johnny on the spot. I don't think that was a bad play, actually.
I do. I think it was a bad play.
Trying to fool him.
Way. Hey.
Too early for that?
Number 2 team in the country. That great defense, all that offense, tries a fake punt. It was a mistake that cost them a game on the road last night. Don't need to get fancy all the time. It's way too much time. Force Lakeland back, See if you can get some stops. There's still, you know, quarter plus to play.
Fake handoffs. Whitley keeps it. He picks up a good block by his wide receiver, and he takes it out of bounds at the 35.
Yeah, but why did he have a good block, Marty?
Oh, another flag. Was it a penalty on the wide receiver?
Yeah.
Grabbing, maybe?
Yep.
It looks like a hold. That's just my opinion. Gardner trying to throw the block. A little too much jersey.
See, that's why I'm saying you kick it down, and next thing in the same play, and next you've got to pin it back. This also means your offense has to go 80, 90 yards to score, which takes up time. Which time is your enemy right now. Not a fan of that onside kick whatsoever.
Well, there's a spot foul, so it only drove Lakeland back 5 yards from the original line of scrimmage, which makes it 1st and 15. So not the end of the world in terms of the foul. The pass was intended for Gardner, but he slipped down on his cut and was nowhere near where the pass landed. .45 seconds left in the third. Lakeland has scored twice this quarter. Benedictine Eagles once.
But the offense for Benedictine hasn't scored.
Eddie looking for a hole, and he avoids tacklers and is able to stumble and bumble his way down to the Benedictine 45.
Should not snap it here, boys. And they're not going to.
Nothing wrong with running a little clock here at the end with a 22-point lead.
Absolutely.
Clock running down. 3, 2, 1. End of 3. Lakeland on top. 43-21.
This is the story of a boy who was very sensitive to lights and sounds. So he built secret hiding places where nothing could get in. The boy didn't like looking people in the eye. It made him feel uncomfortable. One day, he found out he had something called autism. His family got him help, and slowly, he learned how to live with it better.
Early intervention can make a lifetime of difference. Learn the signs at autismspeaks.org.
Oh, look, a redhead. Staring contest. You still got it. I know.
Come alive with the forest.
The dad was cute.
You were looking right at us.
Visit discovertheforest.org to find a forest near you.
The backfield, no running backs with him. Dropping straight back, looking, steps up, throws. He's got his wide receiver, Harrison, and he's knocked down at the 25, 1st and 10, Lakeland.
Here you see the replay again. Whitley stepping up. Separation there by Harrison.
See, if we'd had the window open, we'd have a t-shirt right now. 1st and 10, Lakeland. Ball spotted on the 24-yard line.
Even the booth people are scoreboarders saying you should have the window open.
Gardner slipping by. He could go to the end zone. He's in. Touchdown. I thought that was a great move by Gardner to get in. Not such great defense. Gets a big good block by Morse. And then bad tackling there, and not to be denied there. Touchdown, Lakeland. 24-yard strike.
All set up by the short field, Marty.
Yeah, you're right there. Would they have to go 51 yards only?
Now they're in trouble. Use their ground game the rest of the way. Don't even throw the ball anymore.
Kick is good. 50-21. Wow. She's a blowout. You're going to see it. Good block by Morris. Gardner avoids one tackler and gets it in. Oops.
Interception, but Jonathan Taylor 115 yards in the first quarter and a half.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
It's good.
Should maybe give him the ball a little more.
Freshman in Wisconsin. It's unbelievable.
Back to live action.
Well, this should set up Lakeland if they continue to win this for the title again. And,
yeah, they're going to be in great shape.
They've been winning in some impressive ways. Next week they travel to Wisconsin Lutheran.
Oh, breaking through the middle, getting a good return for the Eagles is Javon McBride.
And our Sheboygan kid makes a saving tackle, Mason Brunick.
Here you go, Mason. I saw Mason over at South a couple of weeks ago when we were covering a game. I think it was for maybe South's homecoming. He came back. But nice to see him. Nice to see he's doing a good job out here at Lakeland.
Next week is Wisconsin Lutheran. If Lakeland plays okay, they should win that. But then it sets up a game against Aurora. But there's a sack.
I think that was number 93.
No.
Okay, Vincent. Sample drop for a 5-yard loss.
They're going to have like 19 starters back next year, Marty.
What I don't understand, does the clock stop and stay stopped after a sack? And you're not running a clock at all. Okay, oh, they finally wind it. Sample picks up a low snap and makes a good delivery to his wide receiver, Moore.
Finally.
Yeah.
So we haven't seen much of him at all. It's like he hasn't been in the game. Came in with over 30 catches on the season.
For Moore, he's now, that's only his second catch of the game. I thought he had the first down, but apparently stepped out of bounds after an 8-yard pickup. Sample's pass is complete to Pauly, and that'll be a first down. Washington Vivanco checks in for the Muskies, and stepping out is Sam Bartlett. Sample back, fires over the middle, almost intercepted.
Very congested in that middle there, Marty.
What?
Very congested where he's trying to throw that ball here.
Jarling is number 8, and it almost looks like he had a better shot at the ball than the wide receiver.
See the safety's dropping back behind there.
Second down and 10.
13-13 left.
Juckham's spins and falls down just inside the 35. Seeing pretty good blocking up front. He had a bit of a hole, but Lakeland able to fill it pretty quick. And a player down for the Muskies. We can't see which number it is. Hopefully that young man will be okay.
Oh, it's Dante Moses, Marty.
Moses goes limping off the field.
Not a good thing for that defense.
You know, anytime you get an ankle or a leg injury and you're a player like Moses who depends on his speed, that could be devastating.
He's got 9 tackles, a sack. I know he had a fumble return. Recovered a blocked punt.
All right, here we go. It's 3rd down and 8. Sample looking. He's being rushed hard. He gets by one tackler, throws across the field, and it should have been picked off. Another pass that was ill-advised, but Lakeland couldn't make him pay. I think that was Darling. He had the best shot at it, Chris.
Oh, boy.
Yeah, you got to make that catch. Of course, there's a reason why he's a defensive back. 4th down.
They have no choice now.
Right, yep, good point. See if Lakeland drops 8 and rushes 3. They do. Catch is made and a 1st down.
And more, no pun intended.
And more is right. He's a big kid. You mentioned it before, but he goes 6'2", 208, and he looks bigger than that. Runs right over tacklers. 1st down at the 18-yard line. Sample gets it down to the 10.
That's how he gets his yardage. Fakes a jet sweep and basically runs up the middle.
Just rolling under 12 minutes left in the ball game, Chris.
Oh.
Pass to the corner of the end zone is incomplete. Making the play was Dante Roll.
Great coverage again, Marty.
Yeah, it was. You're right.
Dante Roll, the senior nickelback, doesn't start, but in passing situations in there, and good coverage there.
Quick out, ball is batted down. Rafe?
No.
Number 68.
Watson.
Chandler Watson. Off on the right side of your screen. He's the big guy. Up! Yep, there it is. Bats it down.
I don't see him on any tables or anything.
4th down.
Oh yeah, he is on the table down here. Rats.
Sample looking, throws over the middle. Another good defensive play by Lakeland, but they're going to get pass interference on Dejan Darling. Let's take a look at that again. Initial reaction was I thought it was pretty good defense.
I don't know. Half the distance. Oh boy, discussion, Marty.
Yeah. Maybe they'll pick it up. Maybe that's the reason for the discussion.
Where is it going? It's going to the 4-yard line. 4 1/4 yard line.
The natives are not happy. Matter of fact,
got
neither
there
are
a
the
little.
announcers.
You know, that was a pretty good play. Got there a little early, but hands are around.
It was just
Moore
a little
wanted
early.
to
Let
play.
it play. How many times didn't we have what we thought were pass interferences last week, and they just didn't call anything? Williams on a nice strong run up the middle gets it down to about the 2 or 3 yard line. The Eagles right back up to the line with a full house backfield. Give it to Williams again. Sample keeps it, and he gets hit for a loss. They bid on the fake, but Sample not able to get any yardage.
Right, Stokes stayed home. Fought off the block. Came over, made the tackle.
Yeah, that was a good play. 2 Lakeland Muskies were there to make the stop. 3rd down and 3. Sample gives it off to Juckums. He's not going anywhere. He's going to get hit back about the 6 or 7 yard line when they spot the ball.
Wow. Tick, tick, tick.
10:25 left. Strickland, one of the tacklers, also in there. I think that was Marcus Williams. 4th down. Sample deep. That's nice diving attempt, but when he hit the ground, Pauly was not able to gather it in.
Should have been.
I know you'd have made that catch.
Yep. Should have had it, Marty.
That was a great pass.
Should have had it.
Actually, it was coming out of his hands before he even hit the ground. But again, an opportunity for Benedictine, and they did not score any points. What are we up to now? 4 or 5?
4 inside the 30, and that one was inside. That was at the 4. 1st and 4.
Yeah.
Push. Meeks,
10 carries, 132 yards so far in the ball game.
Oh boy.
Whitley going deep. Oh, clear pass interference. Yeah, they're going to call that. Jordan, your favorite player, not playing nice.
I don't agree with the call though, Marty.
You don't believe that was pass interference? Look at that.
I do believe it was pass interference, but you're up by 29 points. Get that clock a-rolling here. Gardner's talking.
Gardner's talking to the guy that intercepted and returned a touchdown. Yeah. Morris is the wideout here to the right. Yeah, I don't understand why they don't run the ball a little bit and keep the clock rolling. Quick pass.
Saw that happen before. What could happen?
Yeah, really. Meeks on the catch, Chris, for the short gain. Three wide receivers off to the right. Harrison stacked behind Gardner. Hand off to Meeks up the middle, picks up 2 or 3.
Like our Benedictine player, slow getting up.
Yeah.
Gets helped by.
Now that Lakeland's up 29, they help him up.
Exactly.
I think he'd have helped him up if it was 21-21.
And he's not getting off the field, Marty.
Oh, that's not good. Looks like it might have a leg injury of sorts. The player that's down is Frank Veal III. When I first looked at it, I thought it said Frankie Valley, but that's not the case. I hate to see that. We've had several players go down, but I think in every case the player was always able to come back in the ball game.
Well, both 30s are now out of the game.
Yeah.
They're both basically doing the same dance step off the field, which isn't a positive one.
No, is Moses on the sideline?
Yes, he's right below us here.
Oh, on the table. Okay,
Yep.
I see now.
No need for him to come back in with a 29-point lead,
No.
that's for sure.
Good point. Good point. They're down an 8. They wind the clock. It's going to be under 9 minutes before they run this play.
Oh boy.
Yeah, too much rush, not enough time. Whitley.
You're up by 29. You're up by 29. 29.
Yeah, I don't understand either, Chris.
Well,
Could give Meeks a little bit of a break if you wanted. Bring Des Eddy in.
Yeah.
You know, he ran it pretty nicely at when he was in the backfield.
Sure.
Matter of fact, he's got 7 carries for 51 yards. That's pretty healthy yards per carry average. And a flag comes in. Illegal procedure on Lakeland. Kicking it. Ball will now be spotted at about the 17. Let's make it the 19. Two returnmen back for the Eagles. Kick is away. Takes a real good bounce for the Muskies. It's going to roll down and be down right at the 37-yard line. 36-yard line? 37-yard line.
Here's a 50-yarder too. What a difference from high school.
Yeah.
College kids. All their punchers are pretty good. Most of them, most of the time.
The kid last week, their extra point kicker. Boy, oh boy, did he have a leg.
Cook.
Do we
right?
remember his name?
Cook, wasn't it Cook?
Cameron Cook.
Cook.
He was a beauty.
He kicked off.
Lakeland rushing 3. And pass 4 is incomplete. A little bit of a back shoulder throw. Didn't quite work out. More at the bottom of your screen. Their leading pass catcher. Sample keeps it, and he gets taken down hard at the 46. Ross on the hard hit.
Ross come up here, flying. You don't even see him in the screen yet. There he comes.
Boom. Sample saw it coming. Third down and 1. Sample looking, fires over the middle. He's got his man. Making the catch, making his first catch of the game was Alex Lopez. And it is for a first down.
Just his 6th catch of the season. 6th catch in their 6th game.
He's a surprise target. Jacobs right through the middle of the line. He avoids one tackler, and he's carrying tacklers all the way down to the 20. Good run. 29, 28 yards.
Well, the Muskies got him where they want him, Marty. Inside the 30.
Good point.
4 times they've stopped him. I'll bet on the Muskies for another stop.
30-yard line and in has been the kiss of death for the Eagles. Ooh, nice run that time again by Jacobs.
Of 10 kids fall down on that pile.
Clock running, 7:15. Okay, we got a new quarterback back there, Chris. Throwing that one was Joe Marella in for Sample. So we'll give him a chance, right?
Let's hope the rain holds off about another 30, 40 minutes here.
Yeah. Morella's a 6'3" senior from Des Plaines, Illinois. Played at Maine West.
Just his 13th attempt on the season.
Dropping back, looking. Throws short. It hits off one of his linemen, and he catches it and runs it up to the 15-yard line.
I was going to say that wasn't a very good pass, Marty, as it hits his lineman. Watch his release here.
Boink. Actually, it's a pretty good reaction by him to pick it up and run with it.
Contact, though, Marty?
Huh?
You can't hit one of your offensive linemen with a pass.
Oh, what do you mean? It was an accident. Give him a break. We already had too many penalties in this game. Morella gets sacked.
He's not the answer.
No. On that sack was Sam Anderson.
And I think with a 29-point deficit, that's why they decided to give him a shot here. But
McNeman Vincent, I think, was the sacker, number 59.
He doesn't look comfortable at all in there. And guess what?
They were inside the 30 and come away with nothing again. Now, you got 6 minutes and 5 seconds left. Is Whitley in at quarterback, or do you put your other guy in?
I would not have him in at quarterback, but he is. And I would not have my best guys in there either with 6 minutes. I'd bring in some of the new running back, maybe Rivers here.
I think it's Eddie in the backfield with Whitley. Quick out. Morris. Larry Rivers is in the backfield with Whitley.
See?
See what?
I just said, how about bring Rivers in?
Johnny?
We're not going to Memphis today, Marty.
No. Good run that time. Picking up the first down was Larry Rivers. Oh, it's Larry. Okay. A good cut, Chris. You know, take it right up through the hole.
I would keep feeding 36 the ball. Same situation. You're up by 29. You don't want to stop the clock. We're going to try to go for a ball that's going to be
incomplete. Good defensive play out there by Tyrese Fontanez.
Don't understand.
Yeah, me
Stopping
either.
the clock. Throwing the ball.
So you throw for a 60-yard touchdown pass. Is that the dagger now? I mean, I thought the dagger was a few touchdowns ago. Gardner makes the catch short of the first down. Chris, I might be wrong on this, but when I think back to last week's game, I thought Lakeland threw it down the field a lot more. It seems like they're throwing a lot of short passes today.
Must have seen some. Well, the weather had something to do with it. Maybe we saw stuff in the film, but absolutely. It's been their MO the whole game.
Fake handoff, Whitley.
I don't like this either.
Gets
good idea, son.
Unless he gets a real bad spot, he should have the first down.
I don't like having your...
And he's down. He's not getting up, Chris.
Whitley is up. It's another guy that's not getting up. I think it's Morris. Or, I mean, Eddie. Excuse me.
Eddie? Eddie, number 1. See a replay of that, Scott, if we could, please.
And Whitley is hobbled. Again, you're up by 29 points, Coach.
Why don't you have some of your other kids in there, let them get a chance?
Well, it's not
Look at
just
that spot, too. Back on the 50-yard line. I mean, he got it inside the 50. A little too late. Got to go earlier than that, see what happens.
He's off good.
All righty.
Having your
Trotting
quarterback
off the field.
Having your quarterback run with a 29-point lead.
Yeah, and I mean, he's not just any bum. I mean, he's an all-conference player. You don't want to get him hurt. Crying out loud, you got 4 games left this season.
Yep. And you're up by 29 points. 29?
I agree with you. I don't like this. Get him out of there. Give somebody else an opportunity. You know, padding stats is one thing. You got the game in hand.
36, 36, 36.
Alrighty, it's first down. Ball spotted at the 45-yard line. Hand off to Rivers. Pounds off a couple of tacklers before he's finally knocked down at the 50. Boy, oh boy.
And there's a little personal foul.
Yeah, I don't know if it's going to be on Jack Merrill or not, but
no,
you're right.
It's going against. Yeah, it's
something happened late in
Brad
the play.
Nolan, and he's out of the game. Coaches decide you're done. Takes him out immediately.
Personal foul on Benedictine. First down, Lakeland. Let's see what happens here. 69 is the guy in white.
No, 99 I think it was. Way after. Watch this. Oh, you're right. It's 69. No, it's right here.
Yeah, 69.
No, I think it was 99 that did it earlier.
Want to bet? At 99, he doesn't cheat. I mean, he just runs over people and makes plays.
36. Give it to 36. Give
Rolling
it to 36.
down to the 4-minute mark of the fourth quarter in Lakeland's 2017 homecoming game. We had mentioned this earlier in the broadcast that they've been very successful in their homecoming games. Rivers hit in the backfield, spins off. Oh, but he can't quite get away, and he's stopped at the 45.
And what is Whitley running down the field for? That's all you need to do is get whacked.
You don't have to throw any blocks. Just get out of the way.
Look at him out here. To your right here, there's number 5. Even if he doesn't get first downs here, it doesn't matter. You just want the clock to keep rolling. First downs obviously would basically ice this thing. But,
if they don't get a first down, Chris, it should be around the 2-minute mark or less.
Yep.
Right now it's second down and 10. Rivers not able to slip a tackle, gain yardage. Oh yeah. Oh, and he completes the pass. He threw it right to the back of the defender, Jordan. And his wide receiver makes the catch. Watch this. 33 is right there. Whoa! Cry. Ay, ay, ay.
Don't like that play at all.
There's no reason to take a chance like that. Morris out of the ball game. He's not happy. I want to be in there and catch passes.
2 plays to get the first down, and the game's done.
Clock running at 2:30. Polk is the wide man on the right side. And going deep. Oh, in and out of the hands of the wide receiver.
Oh, boy.
Hawkins Sconyers.
You know, I know there's bad blood between the players, but the coaches don't have to have it either by throwing that pass.
Right, yeah, right. Why rub it in? What's the point? And you stop the clock. 4th down and 6. Whitley barking out the signals. And Benedictine bringing the house, Chris.
Not even delay game. Which doesn't matter now, the clock is stopped.
Right, yeah. Maybe now you ought to punt it.
Now you should punt it. Because Whitley's going to be sitting back there. Because now they're going to throw, because that's what they do. First down, the game's over. We knew that. We thought if they run twice, they could ice it. But now completion over to 25, and it's over.
Whitley looking, firing over the middle. He's got his man Turner, who's knocked down at the 17-yard line. But it's first down, Lakeland.
40 seconds, 40 seconds, 40 seconds.
Whitley standing tall in the pocket, Chris, and really made a nice throw that time.
Going to send in a sub-quarterback now. That's what he was thinking. No, no, no. Just take a knee. Why would you?
That sub-quarterback should have came in with 5 minutes left so he gets some meaningful playing time. Now it's just...
take a knee.
They're not taking a knee, Chris. They'll hand it off to Rivers. Spins off a one tackler, gets it down. Maybe picked up a yard. Clock running with 1:30 left.
Well, keys for me, Marty, is 5 times inside the 30. 5 times they had the ball inside the 30. Benedictine did not score. Plus, you had the blocked punt.
Charles Tez Nunnery is going to come in and play quarterback with basically 1:10 left. Would have loved to have seen him in earlier.
I credit the defense tonight, Marty.
Ah, you're right. Defense really stood out.
Which is hard to say when they scored 50 points.
Well, one of them was that...
block punt, yeah.
The block punt, that one, but also the pick six. Clock running with 40 seconds left in the ball game. Coaches calling signals. You know what would be interesting to see how the coaches interact at
he should be
midfield.
taking a knee here. Take a knee.
Hand off to Rivers, and he's going to score. Last thing Lakeland wanted, 12-yard run by Larry Rivers, and Lakeland's on the board again. Yeah, I don't... why don't you just take a knee? I mean, you can't fault Rivers. I mean, he gets the ball. You want to run and score a touchdown. Nothing wrong there. Hey, Chris, it's been a great season. We wish we could have won a few more ball games along the way, but...
finished off good the last 2 weeks. Were a lot of fun watching
Yeah,
Lakeland.
exactly. It's and they treat us so nice out here at Lakeland College. We also plan on seeing Dave Gallianetti during the basketball season and have him do some work with us, announcing some of the Lakeland games. I know he is looking forward to doing it the last couple of years, literally, and things just didn't work out with his schedule. Also want to thank the crew one more time. Fine work by Scott Maloff, our director.
And thanks for having us do this.
Yeah, right. Kudos go out to Richard Bartson, staying up on the roof all game, working up there, and
Greg wasn't here today, but he was good. Sarah's filled in.
Greg might have been
he's in France.
Vive la France!
Yes, he is.
That's right.
So I know I talked to Eric Weisman. He's waiting for our schedule. I think he was at one of our games this year.
Yeah, we didn't see him all football season.
He wants to do some basketball, and we'll get that schedule out soon enough.
No onside kick?
How could it not be a winter in Sheboygan without you and I going over
Announcing
the airways in the Sheboygan
really?
area?
Isn't that the truth? It's been a long time, my friend. Ball taken on the 20-yard line. Oop, ball got stripped away from the running back, and now another player for Benedictine has it.
And the officials there were not going to blow the whistle until more time came off, and then there was all that extra gouging and grabbing and kicking and slapping and punching. And
McBride was the ball carrier at the end. It was a different guy at the beginning. Now, if you're Benedictine, take a shot at the end zone.
Take a knee here, too. That's the point.
Handoff. And Juckums gets it out to the 34, and that may mercifully be the last play of the game. And it is, and that's not only the end of the ball game, but the end of our season. Lakeland a winner, 57-21. Again, thanks to the crew for their fine work. Thanks goes out to Lakeland College for their help in allowing us to come out here. And for my partner, I'm Chris Wright. I'm Mike Martin saying thanks for watching, everybody, and we'll see you down the road, and that'll be during basketball season.